Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. We are here to discuss one of my favorite topics, horror. And in specifically horror tropes. We are doing a horror tropes tier list ranking. A few days ago, the content creator Cody Leach did a horror tropes tier list ranking, and he included a link to his tier list so that you could do your own ranking. So I decided, why not do the ranking live? And why not do it with another horror girly, my girl K Blah from the Fifth Wall. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Hey, Miss K Blah.
Hey, I'm ready for this. This is fun.
So we are going to be ranking our horror tropes for horror tropes and cliches. And I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar, but if you aren't, it's just pretty much a trope is a commonly or overused theme or device. Um, we don't need to define cliches. I think we got that one, but it's pretty much, a storytelling device that you see used very often in horror. And me personally, I think there is a place for certain tropes in horror, and in the right hands, even the most overused tropes can be a bit, refreshing and feel new and fresh. But with that being said, some tropes need to die in the depths and pits of hell. So we are going to get into our live ranking, and we're going to start with you, Miss K. If you want to share your screen with your horror tropes and cliches tier list.
Okay, let's see what we got.
So you guys will see us live ranking our tiers.
Oh, wait a minute. Why is it on this? No. Here we go. Okay. Can you see my list?
No, did you go down to a preset and share your screen?
Oh, hold on. Maybe I pressed the wrong thing.
There we
Okay.
go.
All right. Okay, what we got first? What is our first little thing?
Now let's explain the tiers for everyone. We have 5 tiers where we are going from the top to the bottom of the barrel. Miss K, can you tell us what you have named your tiers for us today?
Okay, so at the very top, I got good movie moves. So if they make this move in a movie, in my mind, it's gonna be good. If I see something like this in a movie, in my mind, it's gonna be good. Next, we're gonna move down to acceptable. I'll take it. It's a horror movie. It's fine. I'll tolerate it. It's like, all right. I guess we're gonna be basic. Not a fan is when we starting to get these low budget Tubi movies right in here. Not a fan and completely over it. These are some Shutter type stuff. Okay. that's that's when everything is going downhill. So let's see what we got. Y'all look at all these tropes. Look.
Oh, and I didn't even say, so Cody Leach has 69 tropes. Me and Kay added 12 tropes and cliches. So we have 81. 81, Miss Kate. And I'm sure there are others that we didn't even mention, but we have 81 tropes and cliches here.
Okay. What we got for that? Addict.
Addict recovery. You know, when you see the protagonist we follow in the movie is some type of addict or in recovery, like the new Hellraiser remake or the 2013 Evil Dead.
I'm trying to think, because in most movies it get on my nerve, but in Cabin in the Woods it worked though.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you mean Evil Dead?
No, remember the dude, the Cabin in the Woods guy, was because he was smoking, he was able to be immune to the stuff that was happening. Like it worked in his favor.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know if that would fit the addict recovery per se, though. He was an addict, but he wasn't in recovery.
You know what? I feel like I'll tolerate it.
Okay, and then we are going to switch to my tier list as I start with the first one as well. Addict recovery. I honestly don't feel like it shows up to enough to really be very tropey. Because I really can't think of it showing up very, very predominantly. Like it's around, but it's not too insane.
The
So
Faculty.
yeah, I'll put it in. This could be fun. I feel like it's not. I feel like I don't see it as much as like a jump scare or something. Like it's. I don't see it so much that it gets on my nerve. So I'll say the addict recovery. This could be fun. So our next trope is, and you know what? Okay, now that I think about it, we might get the addict recovery a little more than I thought because that movie Antlers. Did you see Antlers, Miss K? That came out a few years ago. The teacher was in recovery. You know, it may show up more than I thought because it was
you got to think about it. If you think about it.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow, yeah, it shows up a bit. But I still feel like this could be fun. I'm not necessarily over it. I think I'm good. Now, our next trope is alpha male fights. You know that moment in horror where the alpha male of the core group that's being stalked and killed decides to stop running and step up and fight. I I don't really have a problem with this. I mean, he's going to probably die more than likely. I'm going to say I'm not bleeding yet. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the mid tier. I'm not bleeding yet. Oh, and I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to tell you my tiers is my top one, Welcome to Prime Time from Nightmare on Elm Street. This could be fun. I'm not bleeding yet. When we get to the bottom, that's all you got. And Like Glass in My Eyes is the very, very bottom tier. But I'm going to put the alpha male fights in I'm not bleeding yet. Like, and I really feel like it doesn't even... I don't think it shows up as much these days as it did back in the day, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But okay, Miss K, what happened to your screen at the bottom? I don't see it to add it. We gotta move on so you can rank this next one. Hey, pretty girl Danny, thank you for showing up, girl.
Here we go. Okay, can you see me?
Yeah, there we go. Now we're moving on for Miss K. Alpha male fights.
This is why they say in the horror movie, don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. And when you try to be a hero, sometimes it don't go like it's supposed to. But it's acceptable though. I'm gonna accept it. Hold on. I'm gonna move this up some. Because we gonna see it. So I guess we'll tolerate it.
So alpha male fights is acceptable.
Yep, I think it's acceptable. I'll accept it. I'll take it. Now, what is this next one? This go all the way at the bottom. I hate angsty teens. I hate teen angst in any movie, any genre. I swear I hate teen angst. Because why all the teenagers always got an attitude problem? They don't listen. They always getting into trouble. They make the problems way worse. They don't listen to their parents. They do stupid stuff. I can't stand teen angst in anything. Superhero movies, horror movies, romantic comedies. No, I don't want to see it.
Completely over it.
And all across the genres, I'm over it.
Okay, let's see. The angsty teen angst. I will be honest, I'm with Kay. Even when I was a teen, I couldn't stand the angsty teen character. And really, I've heard a lot of people say that they prefer The Strangers Pray at Night over The First Strangers. And I cannot choose the second over the first, mainly because we have an angsty teen chip on her shoulder, mad for no reason. Like, I could not stand it. And then when she was mad at her brother, like, what you mad at him for? I cannot stand an angsty teen. I cannot stand, and it also makes them dislikable for me. Like, I don't want to follow a teen that I don't really like and has no real redeeming qualities. I feel like the movie that came out recently, Dark Harvest, they did the whole angsty teen rebel without a cause character, but there were other redeeming factors, so it didn't really ruin it. But I feel like that is extremely, extremely rare. Angsty teen is like glass in my goddamn eyes. I cannot stand it. Oh my God. And really, I'm the type of viewer, and I feel so old saying this. If it's teens in the movie, I'm very hard pressed to even watch it. Like, I'm because of the angsty teen, and we have another trope later on that we'll get more into that I can explain why I still haven't seen Fear Street, no matter how much people rave about it, because it's teens, and I'm like, oh, I already know.
Yeah, I already know. I mean, I like Fear Street, but the teen angst in there was just a lot. It was a lot.
And that's why I haven't watched it. I can't get into it. Let's see some comments here. Hey, my sweet perspective. Thank you for stopping by, girly. Pretty girl Danny, drop the alpha male fight to that's all you got. Too corny and overplayed. As long as I outlive everyone else, I'm good. Not fighting a professional killer. I'm with you. I fight or flight. I'm choosing flight. I'm running. I am absolutely running. Hey, CT, teen angst. Yeah, I can't. The characters we get in horror that are teen really make me hate teenagers. Like, I be walking around like I hate teenagers. I don't want to see nothing with no teenagers. Okay, let's see. Anybody home is our next trope. You know, in movies where our car breaks down or we end up somewhere and we're trying to get help, so we just knock and walk up all up in somebody's house. I also feel like I haven't seen that one too often lately. It does feel really dumb. Like, who is walking up in a strange person's house? I'm gonna put it in this could be fun. Honestly, it really doesn't bother me. I feel like in real life it doesn't make sense, but it's one of those movie world things that I can accept. I have no problem with that. What about you, Miss K?
Let's see. You know, although I wouldn't do it, although I would not do this, but I'm gonna accept it in the movie because I want to see what's gonna happen with your dumb ass. So I'm gonna say this is acceptable because if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna watch and say you deserve whatever you got for going in a stranger's home.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna watch it just to see what happened. I would prefer that you not do that, but if we're here, let's go all the way.
Right.
Okay. Bitches be tripping.
You know when people just gotta fall while they running.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I'm over it. And I'm clumsy, but I'm tired of seeing y'all fall. Okay. If I trip over my own feet, but I feel like if Jason was behind me, I think I can make a good getaway. Okay.
Oh my God.
I think my track skills will take me pretty far. So yeah. The trip and the fall, and then it's like they trip and they fall and they stay down. Get up.
Yes. Yeah, Miss K, you said what I was finna say. That gets me more than the tripping. When they fall and act like they done broke their leg and suddenly they can't move, or either they do the fall and start crawling. Like, bitch, if you don't get up, like, why are you crawling? Like, oh, I hate that. I hate that so bad.
And then be on the ground crying. You don't got time to cry. Get up.
Or the movies where the girl is running, she trips and falls, she turns into an invalid, and the guy has to come back and he get his ass killed trying to get her up off the ground.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. This don't work for nobody.
Let's see. Bitches be tripping. And you know what? I actually most recently in my mind is the horror comedy Freaky. the first opening kill when he's killing that group of teens hanging out at the girl house. And she literally trips over nothing. She just falls. I'm with Miss K. Bitches be tripping is like glass in my eyes. I cannot do it. I cannot handle it.
We should have learned from previous. At this point, everybody has a horror survival list, so you should know you shouldn't be tripping. So if we're still tripping in 2024, why are we doing this still? Why are we doing it? Cut it out.
And now our next trope: black guy always dies. Now, I think I have always felt like it's the black guy dies second is more accurate, but I do want to get into this a little bit. Overall, the black guy dies first. That's the original name of the trope, but Cody Leach put it on here as the black guy always dies. And it's pretty much overall just a trope that black people historically do not survive horror movies, that were always the expendable characters. And personally, I don't count the cold open, the opening kill that, you know, kind of pops off the movie. I count the core group that the movie follows. And the thing that is really funny to me is, so Cody Leach was going to call the tier the black guy dies first because that's the trope. But someone said to him, oh, well, actually, the black guy historically never actually died first. And I do get pushback exactly like that when I say the black guy dies first. But what's funny to me is no one plays the semantics game with like the final girl trope. No one says, well, actually, Sydney wasn't the only survivor. Like Laurie Strode, what, like Dr. Loomis was, like the final girl trope isn't that you're literally the lone final girl. So I don't know why we play that semantics with the black guy dies first trope. But for, yes, the black guy dies first trope is very much alive and kicking. We are still very much the expendable ones in the horror movie, if we even show up, because 9 times out of 10, 200 horror movies come out in a year. We're in about 20. Yeah, I have seen this very recently. Movies this year, Don't Look Away, that came out last year. The only black guy in the movie died. Abigail, which literally just came out. The only black guy died second. A Quiet Place Part 2. Sting, the black guy dies. I actually just saw something in the water, right? And you know how a movie is setting something up and you can tell something is about to go down? I literally sat there and I was like, nah, I know they're not about to kill this black lady first. I know we ain't still doing that. They very much killed the only black character first. Out the whole damn movie. The movie The Babysitter, the only black character dies. For me, he dies first because he's the first to die of the core group. But if you want to count the sacrificial kill, he dies second. 2013 Evil Dead, the black girl dies first of her group. And Miss K, didn't CCH Powder die first in Orphan? Wasn't she the first person to die in that movie? Like, it is very prevalent. It still happens. And it actually can kind of sour my experience with a movie, because when I saw Abigail, I knew good and damn well the black guy was not finna like be a survivor, but I was hoping he would stick around and actually be able to fight more and kind of, you know, like do stuff in the movie. But he literally just, he's there and then he's gone. And after Abigail came out, everybody is talking about Dan Stevenson's performance, which was great. Catherine Newton performance, which was great. No one is talking about the black guy, which I don't blame them. He doesn't really have a chance to leave his mark, do anything memorable, really contribute. But that's also the issue with this trope, is we already don't really show up in horror movies. Like when you think of the top horror movies, they center white people, white protagonists. And then when we do show up, we don't survive, and we don't even survive long enough to really leave a mark. So I'm gonna put the black guy dies first in the bottom tier, and if I could put it in the depths of hell, I would put it there. Miss K, what are your thoughts on this trope, and where would you rank it?
Oh yeah, this is why I'm here for all of the black horror movie writers and directors and stuff, because yeah, they are making sure that, you know, the black man is the final man, because it's too much. It's like, why would you throw us in the movie only for us to like die in the movie? Like, we're just there just to have somebody in there, because we don't want to talk about the rappers and stuff that didn't make it in the movie. Red Man died in Seed of Chucky. um I was just thinking about another one that did not make it all the way through. The Trey Songz died in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
It was another one. The most recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was it the black guy that was in it? He didn't
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it the one from The Shy?
But I mean, it's really too many to name. Like
Yeah,
it's much easier to
it's still
name.
happening.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why it's so crazy to me when people are like, oh, this isn't happening. It very much is happening. And I feel like it's much easier to name the black men who have survived than it is to name the ones who haven't. Because that's a long ass list. Like, it is so long. It's so long. We're very, and I feel like we also don't survive because we're rarely the protagonists. Like, who the movie centers is the people that are more likely to be survival. We're normally a sidekick, a token character. We're there to help the white protagonist, but we're not the ones centered in the movie. So of course we're going to, it's kind of like the little comedic relief sidekick of a movie. Like, of course you're going to be the expendable one because you're not the one that the movie centers.
Exactly. I'm over it. I'm over it.
I really need this trope to die.
It's the more black people start making horror movies, it's gonna die. It's gonna die. Calling an expert. Okay, you know what? I like this one. Let me slide this one up a little bit further.
You know, when your house getting haunted, something weird going on, and you're like, you know what? Betty Sue is acting very strange.
Let's call your friendly neighborhood exorcist or your friendly neighborhood gossip lady. Call that old lady down the street that know all the superstitions and stuff like that, and then family been on the block since the 1800s, so they know everything. I would call them in. I like that. I want to know the story. Tell me the backstory so I can know how to survive this, because obviously they don't.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Easy. That was easy for
me. That might be the easiest one, because you know what? I'm sliding calling an expert. This is the first one in my top tier. Welcome to prime time, bitch. I have no problem. This is another one where I feel like it doesn't really make sense in real life. Like, if I was getting haunted right now, I don't know what the heck to go or who to call. I guess I would Google, but in the movies, we always happen to be able to get to the expert that knows how to cleanse the house. We get the Catholic Church to approve the exorcism. And I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. Let's see. Pretty girl Danny. All of a sudden, nobody has common sense in them angsty teen movies. They panic and do the stupidest things, all the wrong emotions to have at the wrong time. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the worst. All of my nightmares, I'm either clumsy as hell or I'm not fast enough, and then I wake up right as I get got by the killer. The black guy is not the final guy. Yeah, we dead. We can't be. Like, we dead. And what's funny to me is, like, when you have certain people that survive a horror, they're not necessarily the people that it centers on and they still survive. Scream didn't center on Randy or Dewey, but they still survive. It centers on Sydney, but that's why I said people don't play semantics with the final girl trope. Like, a lot of people survive. Dr. Loomis came in and saved Laurie Strode, incompetent ass, in Halloween 2. Like, he was always popping the hell up and surviving. But you know, he was there. Let's see. Wait, what did we? We just did call an expert. Okay, so we're moving on to caricature cast. Now, y'all know it's that cast where we get the stereotypical characters, kind of like the angsty teen character, the douchebag character, the nice girl with the jerk boyfriend,
The
the
duff.
high school tropes, the teenage tropes, all those characters. I will say this is up there with kind of the stuff I said with angsty teen. The movies that I feel did the caricature cast the best would be The Faculty and Disturbing Behavior. We had the typical bully character, the nerd, the stoner, the new kid from out of town. You know, we had all of that, but it worked the best in those movies. But when I think about Killer Book Club, the movie Thanksgiving that just came out. Yeah, Hostel. Oh my God, I loathe the first act in Hostel. I cannot stand those douchey guys. The movie Don't Hang Up. The series All of Us Are Dead, little zombie series. Cabin Fever. Oh God, Cabin Fever is definitely the caricature cast. This is again one of the reasons I avoid a lot of movies with teens. I hate it. I can't stand it. And the only reason I'm not putting it in the very bottom tier is because, like I said, movies like The Faculty and movies like Disturbing Behavior can do it. So I'm gonna put it in That's All You Got. Like I ain't impressed. Like this all you got. Like as a writer, these are the best like archetype characters you could give us. But I ain't mad at you. Okay, so it's just slightly above the bottom, just slightly for me. What about you, Miss K? What are your thoughts on the caricature cast and where do you rank it?
After I watched Thanksgiving, I'm over it now.
Oh, it took Thanksgiving. You just now over it. It just took last year.
After that, that's why I haven't seen what is that movie? I haven't seen a lot of the recent horror movies with teens like They Them. It was another movie that came out. I can't think of the name of it, but was it the one that was Pete Davidson was in it?
Oh, Bodies.
I didn't watch that either because I felt like it was gonna look like this cast, and I said, no, I'm good.
I haven't seen it either, and that's why. Even Totally Killer, I didn't see. If I'm telling you, if it's teens, it takes a lot for me to be like, okay, I'll watch it. Like they have to bring something else to the table. And the only reason I saw Thanksgiving is because I am that person who will watch something if it's really, really hyped up. And everybody was hyping up Thanksgiving, and I fucking hated that movie. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What we got coming up next?
Oh goodness. Okay, car won't start. You know what? I'm gonna tolerate it. I mean, I see it because we expect when you jump in the car for it not to start. Okay, we expect this to happen. I'ma still see where they going with this. Are we gonna hotwire it? Are we gonna jump out of the car? Is it gonna magically start? I'ma still continue to watch this because we know as soon as they get in the car to get away, they can't find the keys and it won't. So it's gonna be some foolishness. So I'm gonna still watch that one.
Oh Lord, the car won't damn start. I gotta be honest. I'm sick of this. And I'm sick of this. And I'm sick of it because, like you said, if I even hear tires on gravel, if I even just see a little tail light, like I already know, oh damn it, when the shit hit the fan, that car ain't gonna start. Like I hate that. And I hate when it's like feels extremely contrived. Like if it's an older car or you're on the run and you stumble across a car that's not yours. But when it's like I just saw a movie recently where this girl is driving across country or whatever, and the guy stalks her. Her car working perfectly fine, baby, got an oil change, tires rotated for the trip. And the second the shit pops off, her car started doing that stalling thing. It gets on my nerve because of the way they write it into the movies. It feels way too contrived. So I'm not going to put it all the way to the bottom, but I'm sick of it. I'm going to put it in. That's all you got. Like, come on now. Let's do, like, I feel like this is one of those, well, with any trope, I feel like no matter how much it's used or how sick of it you are, in the right hands, it can work. And that's the only reason I'm not putting this all the way at the bottom. because if like I said, if it's a certain scenario where it makes sense and it doesn't feel contrived, all right, throw it in. But when you have to just throw in a hurdle for the character of why they can't just drive off, it makes me sick. I'm over it. But I won't put it all the way at the bottom. The cat scare. We all know that good old cat scare that they put in every movie. When they try to startle the audience, you think it's a noise, you don't know what's going on. Come to find out, it's just the cat. It's like all you're gonna hear is the cat going crazy. You know what? I feel like the cat scare is one of the most overused tropes in the history of planet Earth. But you know what? I don't have a problem with it. I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. This could be fun. It's not. It doesn't bother me. What you think, Miss K?
Yeah, I tolerate it. I mean, I ain't a cat person, but I guess this is the symbol of this is a horror movie, so we got to have our standard random cat in here just because I feel like they're supposed to be in there somehow. So I'm gonna just go on and toss it in. I guess I have to tolerate that. Crazy religion.
You know that crazy. They always make the religious character very much a zealot, like the Mist. Very much the insane character.
They had this in what is it? Interview the Vampire first season. Louis's brother was the crazy religion one, and then he jumped off the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and tolerate that one. I'm fine.
You tolerating the crazy religious zealot?
If that's gonna have people jumping out, and remember, it was also what was that? The Omen, when the religious people was like, Damien, we love you or whatever, and they was like jumping off roofs and stuff like that. I was like, why are we doing this? Is that what y'all religion is making y'all do? Oh, okay, but this could be interesting then.
The crazy religious person. Well, as someone who's not religious, I'm gonna be honest, it don't bother me. I actually rather enjoy it. And it's very funny because my mother is very religious, but she also loves horror movies, and she always say, why they gotta make us crazy? I'm like, cause y'all are crazy. But I will say the only time it really, really bothered me was in The Mist. That's at the forefront of my mind when I think about a crazy religious character. That crazy religious character irked my nerves so bad, I've never rewatched that movie. I saw it one time when it came out, and I loved the movie, but I just cannot sit through. I feel like it was way too much of an extended time of the movie with us focusing on her and running that damn grocery store, whatever the hell she was doing. That's the only time it bothered me, mainly because her character was just so like nails on a chalkboard. But the crazy religious person, I'm gonna be honest, throw him in there. I need it. I do need it. I'm putting it in Welcome to Prime Time, bitch. I'm sorry. Sorry, mama. I love the crazy religious character. I'm be honest, I do. And it is very tropey, and it is very cliche. And I guess I don't know. Would you call that a stereotype? I don't know, but I like it. Sorry.
It is very cliche, but yeah, I think I tolerate it. I think we can keep that one.
And you know what? Does the family in that movie, The Witch, count? Yeah, they were pretty much like crazy religious zealots.
That's what I said. That's why I tolerate it, because they'll do some crazy stuff, make for a good movie. So they could be there.
Creepy dolls. I don't have a problem with creepy dolls. It doesn't necessarily work for me as far as like an effective device to make something creepy or scary. I really have no clue how you can be scared of a goddamn doll or lose to a dog. I really don't like it. The physics of that don't work for me, but I don't have a problem with it. I'm gonna put creepy dolls in. This could be fun. I don't have a problem with it. What about you, Miss K?
I'm taking this all the way to the top because let me tell you, I'm here for the good guy. All right. Don Mancini done had me in the chokehold since the early 90s, and he ain't let go of me yet. This don't make no damn sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my guy all the way at the top. I'm talking Chucky. We gonna go to Annabelle, Twilight Zone, Talkie Tina. I actually like the movie Imaginary that came out. Give me all the creepy toys and stuff. I'm not gonna play with them, but I will certainly watch it in a movie. Mm-hmm.
It's just so fun to me. Like in Tales from the Hood, when those dolls kill that racist politician, how them little dolls kill you, bro? Like how you let these
That's what I like. I mean, that's why they have to, I'm good with it. I like it.
What we got next?
Oh, creepy kid. Let's see.
Creepy kid, like Case 39, Ouija Origin of Evil, like the example here, The
I,
Shining.
I'll accept it because some of them will make, uh, sometimes they make the movie be good when it's some strange happenings because it's always a backstory
Yeah.
as to why they're creepy and how they got that way. So you know what? It's acceptable.
Yeah. I like a creepy kid. I'm gonna be honest. I love a creepy kid because, and I love a creepy, a creepy kid because kids are kind of the beacon of innocence. Like you expect kids to be like the innocent, most vulnerable, in society. They say, oh, elderly kids and animals are the most vulnerable. So I love taking that and making kids evil. That works for me. And I am going to put creepy kids all the way in Welcome to Prime Time. I actually really like a creepy kid. And I actually have been saying since I was like 10 years old that we needed a child Terminator. I thought that would be like the greatest idea of the world. Just give me the kids doing evil stuff and killing people. I'm very good with that. Let's see. Creepy kid drawings. We always got the movie where something paranormal or something happening with a child and they draw those creepy drawings. Now, I'm going to be honest, the creepy kid drawing, it don't really work for me. I'm going to have to put that at the bottom. I'm going to have to put that in. That's all you got. Now, I could be wrong. I don't have kids, but I feel like kids don't even draw in real life. Like they be dictating them, having them draw in movies. Like when I was a kid, I was not drawing my family and the family house with the sun. I don't know. I can't do that. I'm over it. I don't want to see no kids draw. If they're not in like therapy where they have the kids draw their emotions, if they're not in therapy, I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in That's All You Got. What about you, Miss K?
I got news for you. I am a therapist, and I once had a client who drew pictures just like that.
But see, that's why I said if they're in therapy, I'll take it.
No, and I mean not like as a part of draw this for me. I mean like that's like that. I mean I'm not doing a test and you do like that's like what part of her she draws like demons because she sees them and they tell her to do things.
Okay, okay.
So this is acceptable for me. I was slightly afraid of that child as well. Because I'm like, what? And she had like notebooks full of them.
It sounds like you about to be in a horror movie. The therapists never really make it. The therapists don't.
They do not. They absolutely they do not. Because see, they be trying to help the ones that really can't be helped. I know my limits. I will quickly say, that is out of my scope of practice. Refer out. The creepy old guy. They going up here with me too because see, the old people always be knowing stuff. They be knowing. Y'all got to listen to them. They got the knowledge. Y'all be trying to come to these little towns and all these little neighborhoods, and y'all don't know the history. Go on and sit with the old folks and let them tell you the history of what's going on. And then now you be mad because half of your crew gone. Then you gonna circle back around. No, you should listen the first time. Nope. Go on, listen to them.
Oh wow, at the top.
You got to listen. You got to listen to these old folks. That's what be going wrong. Cause see, they get there and they be like, I ain't listening to them. I ain't paying attention to them. They old. They creepy. And then as soon as it's two of y'all left and one of y'all limping, oh, where is Mr. So and so? He was like, Miss Daisy. Look, can we call Miss Daisy? Is she still gonna come help us? Well, maybe your friends would still be alive if you would have listened to her.
The creepy old guy. And you know what? I want to mix some in with this. It's like Kay said, it's that creepy old, usually redneck, just old person that's trying to warn the kids, stay out of this town or stay from that house, whatever the heck. But I also want to add in just the creepy old people like The Taking of Deborah Logan, The Visit, X, that movie Old People, anything for Jason, just using old people in like a very creepy way. And also what I like is when we kind of switch up, like in Urban Legend, whether you think the guy is really creepy, but he's really trying to help the girl. They did it very stupidly in Barbarian for me, because if you yelling, look girl, of course she gonna damn run from you, man. But any way you want to give me old people, whether they're the creepy old person that's just trying to help you, whether they're a creepy old evil person, I'm here for it. I'm gonna say this could be fun. Let's see. Creepy town. Like Phantoms from the 90s or The Wicker Man. You have this creepy town that you happen upon. I love a creepy town. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna put it in Welcome to Prime Time. I love a creepy town, a supernatural town, even like a Wayward Pines kind of town you can't even damn leave, or like on From. I love a creepy town. It really, really works for me. What about you, Miss K?
Yep, I'm gonna take that one to the top. Give me the creepy town with some stories back there. I'm here for it. That's the creepy town got everything you need. A creepy town sets the stage for a good time. We're gonna have a good time in this. Cursed objects. Again, here's one thing I would not do, but I'm gonna find it acceptable in a movie, because then I know we're gonna have a good time. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there with acceptable. I probably would not do this. I don't even want to touch it. If I seen it, I'm probably gonna light some sage, but we're gonna have a good time when the other people play with it.
The cursed object, of course, Evil Dead, Hellraiser, The Possession, Wishmaster, the Advent Calendar, Oculus. Wasn't it a cursed object in the Night House? I can barely remember, but yeah, we always have
the Annabelle movies, the little stuff that they be having. This just cursed objects all together.
I'm gonna be honest, this is a trope that's hit or miss for me. When I get movies like Evil Dead Rise, it makes no sense and it really bothers me. You are a teen kid. You ain't gonna give a good goddamn about this weird looking, rank looking stuff. And even Evil Dead 2013, why are you even bothering with this thing? And like, for me, it's just very illogical that you'll mess with something that looks like that. But then it can work. Like in Oculus, you just see this pretty, mirror or something. So it's hit or and Wishmaster. It was a little gem. You think you finna be rich. It's hit or miss for me. But I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. Like Kay said, like, I know some shit about to go down and y'all niggas finna die. But it's gonna make for a fun movie. I wouldn't bother. You wouldn't catch me messing with
exactly. I'm not gonna fool with it. But y'all go ahead and entertain me with it.
Let's see, a dark basement. The Dark Basement, Barbarian, The Conjuring, They had a great basement scene in Silence of the Lambs. The People Under the Stairs did the basement. Stir of Echoes, A Haunting in Connecticut. I could go on and on and on.
Oh, that one movie that just came out last year, Cobweb.
Oh yeah, Cobweb did the basement. I mean, we've been doing basement since I was reading Goosebumps books. We've been doing basement since the 70s. I gotta be honest. Look, the basement can work. I mean, it can work. Again, it depends on how it's used. Because I hate when you're watching a movie and it's like, now why your dumb ass going into this dark basement? Like, this don't make no damn sense. I'm gonna have to put the dark basement in. I'm Not Bleeding Yet. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It gets on my nerves a lot of times because sometimes it don't make sense that the character is going down there. But you know what? I ain't mad at you if you put it in there. What about you, Miss K? The dark basement.
I am going to. I'm gonna put that in. That's acceptable. Like a good dark basement. That one's acceptable for me. I feel like the movie gonna be decent if they got something in the basement. Or if they throwing people in the basement as well. Then now we got something. Now we got a movie. The double tap, I'm gonna take that to the top because why the hell would you not hit them 2 times? That's movie survival rules. You need to be, we need to list, like, we need to hit them and we need to hit them again. Actually, we need to make that a triple tap because sometimes these, they hard to take down. But if you're doing a little tap one time and you running, that's your ass. So let's go ahead and get it twice.
Okay, see, Miss K, that's the double tap. The double tap is when you don't hit them a second time. You just one time and you run off instead of really knocking them down.
Oh hell no! Then you just going at the bottom. If we don't,
if
we doing a one hit, okay, no,
Yeah, I don't know why he named that one double tap. I'm like, well, no, they didn't get the double tap. Yeah, you only hit them one. I hate when movies. You only hit them one time. You don't make sure they down and you just run.
Oh yeah, no, that's at the bottom.
I'm gonna be honest. Not doing a double tap is very realistic for me. I remember watching, my mother has always been my movie buddy. She's a horror girly. And one fun thing we used to do growing up was always talk about how we would survive when we were watching certain stuff. And my mother used to always say, unless her child life is at stake, she can't kill nobody. She gonna just hit the person enough to get away. And I feel the same way. I can't kill nobody. I'm gonna shoot you in your knee. I'm gonna chop your ankle off. I'm gonna make sure you can't come after me, but I can't really kill you. And I also feel like in a heightened state of fear, you might just be trying to run, man, fight or flight. You might just want to get out of there. I really don't have a problem with this. Like, it does irk me a lot of times when I'm watching a movie, but I think it's a little realistic. I'm gonna put it in I'm Not Bleeding Yet. I'm not mad at it. It's stupid, but I think it's realistic. The dream fake out. When you're watching a movie and you think something just happened, but then they reveal to you, got your ass. It was just a dream. I'm going to be honest. I could punch the fucking TV screen. I hate a dream fake out. And I actually just recently saw, I think it was a Korean horror movie. And I'm mad I can't precisely remember what it was, but they did something in the movie and I perked up. I was like, damn, y'all had the guts to do this. Y'all had the guts to go there. Like, I've always been the type, I don't like a happy ending. I like a killer wins type of ending. And that's what this movie made you think happened. And next thing I know, it was just a dream. When I tell you, I was so pissed off, I wanted to turn the movie off. There is never a moment when you are going to fake me out with a dream and I'm going to be happy with it. I'm putting it at the bottom, like glass in my eyes. I think it is a very cheap thing for the filmmakers to do. It's your way of doing something but not committing to it. You just pulling the rug from under the audience. You're trying to shock us. I hate it. What about you, Miss K?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm a I'm gonna put it as not a fan, not completely at the bottom, because some were, what was that? It was one movie where I think it worked, was like a werewolf movie where it was a really good dream sequence. And also the very first Friday the 13th had a really good dream sequence at the very end. But like you said, now when it's those dream sequences and you really think that's the real thing happening, and you find out that it really didn't happen, then I get upset too. So yeah, not a fan.
Now
You,
we do have another trope coming up later that is the it was all a dream. So the dream sequence and the dream fake out, that's two separate tropes. The dream fake out, that's different. That's not just like a
right.
dream sequence. I can't do the fake out. I
Yeah,
can't.
I don't like that. If you dream, I need it to be like a vision, not just, we wasting time. Uh the dumb characters, um I'm gonna put not a fan. Because somebody got to die, so that's what we already know they're gonna be. We already know those are the ones that's gonna die. So we need, we need some victims in here. But when they just do stupid stuff, it's oh my gosh, that's when I'm like, can you hurry up and die already? Let's go ahead and get them out the way. Get the first kills.
So I'm not the only person that watch a movie and be like, can y'all die? Can y'all hurry up and kill
Mhm.
them?
We can go ahead and get rid of them.
The dumb characters. I'm gonna be honest, I fucking hate dumb characters. Wish upon most recently I tried to see this movie called The Stranger, and the girl did something, I think it's levels to a dumb character. There's a bloody knife and she goes to grab the knife, and I'm like, why would you put your hands on this? First of all, everything she did leading up to that was really freaking stupid. She drives her car somewhere and she gets out of the car to go in the bathroom and breathe. Like, you could have just been breathing in the car. Like, why are you even in here? I'm sorry, I can't. And I really don't like when people say, oh, characters have to be dumb for us to have a movie. I don't believe that. I think it's a lot scarier, actually, if the characters are smart and they're trying to figure stuff out and we're doing everything we can to survive and we still die. Like, to me, that's more terrifying. Like, if I'm not an inept person and I'm strategizing and I'm really doing all I can to survive and I still don't make it, like I was smart and I still didn't make it, I think that's a lot scarier than just being a freaking idiot. I'm gonna put dumb characters in light glass in my eyes. I'm over it. Like, can we get some capable characters, please? Like, how good of a villain are you if you can only kill dumbass people doing dumbass stuff? It's not working for me. Let's see. Dying flashlight. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I do not understand why people was raving about Barbarian so much. It does so much stuff that I feel like it's so cliche and tropey. When I was in the theater watching Barbarian, and we go to that basement, and that light started, I was like, "Are you kidding me? We're really doing this? Like, we're still doing this?" I hate the dying flashlight. I'm gonna put it at the very bottom, like glass in my eyes. I'm so over it. It's one of those things that feels very contrived. I'm sick of it. Miss K, the dying flashlight.
Yep, we just gonna go ahead and put that at the bottom too, because at this point, just use your cell phone light. Why are you even? We can go ahead and just push past this because everybody got a light on their cell phone. Why you tapping phone batteries and stuff? No, no. We're found footage. I love a good found footage movie. I must say, we'll put that as acceptable. I love a good found footage movie. Some of them be real creepy. Now I ain't gonna say all of them, but a good bit of found footage movies will do it for me when made right.
Oh Lord. Found footage. Kay, do you remember that block of time like the early and mid 2000s, where it seemed like every movie that was coming out was found footage. I remember I would get mad. Like, I would be like, oh, that sounds like a good movie. And the second I heard it was found footage, I would be upset. I hate found footage. I absolutely hate found footage. I will never forget being in the theater watching Cloverfield and being like, wait a minute, this is found footage. I hate it. I loathe it. I hate when I'm trying to, like, I can't see what's happening, and I want a clear view of what's going on. And I also feel like a lot of times it makes no sense. No, keep filming. People are going to know. People are going to want to know what happened, man. It feels like your life is at stake, bro. You are literally fighting for life or death. Who gives a fuck about recording? I hate it. There are millions of found footage movies, and the only ones I like is As Above, So Below, and Incantation. Those are the only two I actually like. I hate found footage. A whole movie being found footage, or just a segment of the movie being found footage, I don't like it. Go away. You can die. I'm going to put found footage in like glass in my eyes at the
That's
bottom.
terrible.
And I know I'm in a minority. People love found footage. I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it. The second I know something found footage, I don't even want to watch it. Hiding under the bed. I'm so mad I can't think of the movie, but I saw a movie last year, a recent movie, where a grown ass adult running and hiding, and she goes under the bed. Get the hell out of here. I'm putting that in like glass in my eyes. It makes no sense. I'll accept a kid running under the bed, running in the closet, not a grown adult. And I also always say, I am never hiding someplace I can't run out of. Like, if I'm hiding from somebody, I'm not hiding and trapping myself. If you under the bed, baby, you gone. Like, I can't. I'm over it. Get out of here. What about you, Miss K? Hiding under the bed.
You know, sometime it worked. You know, I don't really remember that many times where it worked.
Exactly.
But I'm just going to put it as acceptable because I feel like they give me anxiety too. I remember this episode of The Walking Dead when he was laying in the bed and the claimers came.
I forgot about that.
Yes, and he slid under that bed. And I felt like I was under there with him. I was holding my breath watching this episode. I'm like, why am I holding my breath with him? Like, we're going to get caught together. So I like that. It gives me a little anxiety. Now, does it work? Not really. But I like, but go ahead and get up under there anyway.
Now, that scene you talking about The Walking Dead, I felt just like you. That was very well done. But that's literally the only time in the history of mankind that I'm going to accept the grown ass adult hiding under the damn bed.
This next one. Actually, I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone because I feel like these are one and the same. Dropping your keys and dropping your weapon. Because if you drop your weapon, you shit out of luck. You drop your keys, you shit out of luck. Either way. So I mean, and how all of a sudden we got butterfingers and whatnot. We can't hold the things that's gonna get us away from danger. So you know what? Both of them gonna go in. I am not a fan. We're gonna kill two birds with one stone. Because why are we dropping things at this time? And then they be dropping them and can't find them or don't go back for them. Nah. Mm-mm. Good on both of those.
Let me see. Dropping the keys, dropping your weapon. I literally just saw a movie because y'all, these tropes are you would think that a lot of these tropes we would be saying, oh, these tropes are old. These are 80s movies. No, these tropes are so very much alive. I just saw a brand new 2024 movie called Something in the Water. And it's a group of girls. We get trapped out, one of them shark movies. And the girl has a knife and she's getting ready to fight off the shark. And the shark bumps into her and it startles her and she drops it. Bitch, you were supposed to be getting ready for the shark. So how does the shark bumping into you cause you to be startled and drop? That's the whole freaking point of why you got the... Ooh, and y'all, I be getting angry like I'm in the situation. It pisses me off so bad when people fumble and drop keys and drop weapons. I'm gonna put it in like glass in my eyes. And it's again one of those things that feels very contrived. Like, oh, we gotta throw in a problem. Make her drop the keys. Make her drop the keys. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Please let that one die. I'll be right back.
And they never come back ever.
Now, I feel like this trope is very much alive, but I don't feel like we say the exact words, I'll be right back. It's more so a character comes up with an excuse, something they got to do, something they got to go get. That I'll only be a moment. Like, no, he's going to bleed out. I got to try and get help. Like, they come up with something to say to signify that they're going to go and be right back, and they never be right back. I ain't got no problem with this one. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. This could be fun. What about you, Miss K?
I'm gonna put I'll tolerate it because this is when the party gets started because that's when we know they're not coming back. We already know that person's gone and they're gonna die. So I'm gonna put I'll tolerate it. That's just go ahead and say that, and we can go ahead and forget about that person. Let's move on to the next thing.
And it really like never makes any sense at all. It never does.
Stay right here. I just need to go and get my gun. Stay right here. I'm gonna go see who's at the door. Stay right here. I'm gonna go check and make sure they're really dead. No, just you know what? Let's just it doesn't work. It don't work. Incompetent cops. I ain't even got I ain't even got to say too much, but this says it all. Let's go ahead and put that at the bottom. This, because this is real life too. We're gonna just throw that at the bottom. I'm over it in real life.
You know what? I don't have much to say about this one either. Incompetent cops in movies it's really the bane of my existence. Like, it boils my blood. I'll be about to have a damn ulcer. I know it's not horror and we're talking horror tropes, but the number one movie that pisses me off to no end is The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. Those cops are so goddamn stupid and inept. Like, it irks me. More recently, the Korean horror movie, The Wailing. I cannot stand incompetent cops, like glass in my eyes. But Kay, the type of cops that piss me off the most, more than incompetent cops, the vigilante movies when your loved one get killed and the cop is like, well, ain't shit we could do. But the second you turn into a vigilante, if we find out that it's you, like, hold on now, wait a minute. Why you suddenly on my ass now that I'm a vigilante, but you couldn't catch the niggas that was out here wrecking shit? I can't stand. Ooh, yeah, I can't. Let's see. Inconsistent strength. Y'all know when you have a villain, well, it works both ways. You have a villain that goes to do something and it's revealed to us who the villain is, and you're like, ain't no way this person did that. It's a big reason. Well, one of the big reasons why I do not like Scream 4. You cannot tell me that little toothpick ass Jill was around here killing niggas and wrecking shop. I do not buy it even for a second. I buy Amber as a killer before I buy Jill. Amber had a little meat on her bones. Amber had a little height. Jill was a little toothpick. And inconsistent strength is also when the victim goes to finally fight back and they're able to do something to the killer that's much bigger than them, which never really makes sense. But you know what? This doesn't bother me. I'm going to put this as, one of those movie world type of things where you have to just suspend a little belief. I'm going to put it in This Could Be Fun. It really doesn't, it doesn't bother me a lot when I see movies. I'm okay. What about you, Miss K?
Inconsistent. Yeah, I mean, I tolerate it. I mean, because sometimes in the land of of imagination, we got to tolerate some foolishness. So
Right.
we're just gonna have to tolerate that. Um, Indian burial ground. I don't. I don't know if this is acceptable or I'm gonna tolerate it. I mean, it goes along kind of with like spooky houses and creepy towns. So I guess I tolerate it.
Let's see. Indian burial ground. This trope is very much still alive. I just watched the horror movie that a few years ago came out, like 2019, 2020, where this group of white friends go camping, they find gold, and none of them make it out alive because it's a cursed Indian burial ground. I don't think this shows up a ton, even though it does still show up. But I don't really like it. I gotta be honest. I don't like it. To me, it's kind of in line when they always make the black Creole person into voodoo or witchcraft. It's very cliche, stereotypy. I'm pretty sure if Indians could curse anybody, they'd have been cursed all the white folk that took their land. Like I'm gonna put it in. That's all you got. I'm not gonna put it at the very bottom. I mean, we get good stuff like Pet Cemetery, but I do think we need to come up with something a little more appropriate. So I'm gonna put it in. That's all you got. Like it's okay. Um, let's see. Internet exposition. You know that time in a typical a group is cursed type of movie when you're trying to figure out what's going on, like the Bye Bye Man or whatever, and you go to the internet and it gives you the full rundown.
You got to Google everything.
Yes.
And then they still don't do what they're supposed to do.
Because teens. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like any type of exposition, but I do think it's a storytelling device that we need. Something has to give us the information. And we got a few tropes coming up next where either it's the survivor who was cursed that gives you an exposition, or it's the newspaper article, or it's the internet. I don't care for it a lot, but we need some type of way to get this information from the past to the group in the present. Somebody has to tell them. So I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. I'm not gonna knock the writers who they gotta find some kind of way to give us a cohesive story. What about you, Miss K?
I guess it's acceptable, especially this day and age. Everybody gonna hop on the internet and do their little research when they see. Soon as they hear a little something, let me see. Let me go ahead and hit the Google. So I'm gonna say it's acceptable. We're gonna see a whole lot more of this in movies, as especially when teens are involved. They got to Google it.
It's all in your head.
I'm not a fan. No, I don't like when they be trying to tell people that they crazy. I don't like it. You didn't hear that doll talk? No, you didn't.
No. The insult we got that trope coming, but the insult in your head is like High Tension, where in High Tension the girl was like, this man has trying to kill everybody, but really it's her. Like they make the movie where they give you this twist at the end, like, oh, this was all in the character's head. It didn't happen like you thought, like an unreliable narrator.
Oh, like Sixth Sense too, kind of.
Yeah, you could say that was in his head. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll put that. That's acceptable. I'll go ahead and throw that up there. Let me see.
Or like the movie. Did you see the movie Identity with John Cusack? Where this a group. It came out like the mid or early 2000s. We have a group that stops at this hotel because the roads are flooded. People start dying off one by one. So I think the It's All in Your Head can work. I know a lot of people didn't like High Tension because of that It's All in Your Head twist they did at the end. I love High Tension. I'm perfectly fine with it being all in that girl head. I'm gonna put it in This Could Be Fun. It doesn't bother me. I'm gonna be honest. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. Kind of like the dream fake out, but not quite. Movies, I know Double Blind just came out this year where the group of kids are going through this sleep study and we get all these montages of them dreaming slash hallucinating. Movies like Incident in the Ghostland. Well, I guess I don't know. Is Incident in the Ghostland it's all in your head or it's all a dream? It's kind of a mix of both. That movie, The Ritual, when they're out in the woods camping, they did some good dream sequences in there. I saw a recent horror movie about sleep paralysis where the girl twin dies and the sleep paralysis demon is trying to kill off the group and we get some dream stuff. I think the It Was All a Dream can work and it's different than the dream fake out because typically with the It's All a Dream, we know we're dealing with a plot that centers on sleeping and dreaming. So we're not fake, we're not tricked into thinking something happened. I'm happy with the It Was All a Dream. I think we get some pretty good stuff when we're playing with dreams and dreaming. I'm gonna put it in This Could Be Fun. I've seen some pretty good movies recently. Like I said, the sleep paralysis movie, and I've seen some good stuff where they play with dreams. Double Blind that came out this year was pretty good. What do you think, Miss K?
I mean, I'll tolerate it. I'll tolerate it. I mean, sometimes when they go back, I feel like those are the type of movies that people like to watch when they high. And I'd be like, it's too much going on in the mind and doing a whole lot of back and forth. That'd be too much going on. And the way my attention span is sometimes, I'm not gonna keep up with it.
I love it. Like it was a scene in Double Blind where the guy goes to the bathroom and they like to blur it where you don't know the person has fallen asleep. And I thought they did something really cool where he goes to wash his hands and he turns the water on and you don't hear anything. It's like a lag. I thought it was really cool. I love it. I love a little dream stuff.
Not unless it's a vision of the future. Get me out of your hazy phase and stuff. Jock bullies, no. That's no. That just Thanksgiving. That you know what they just said. We're gonna do all the stereotypes.
Literally,
I'm just gonna push you up against the locker and I'm gonna call you a nerd. All that. No, I'm gonna. We can stop that. We can stop. Because who these that in this day and age, what jock is really out here bullying and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this goes with the angsty teen and the caricature characters. Anytime, I mean, Cobweb had the bully character, the Boogeyman had the bully character, Antlers had the bully character. I really need writers to come up with a better way to convey to the audience that the main character is like a loner or weird kid. Like, can we please? I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I'm gonna put it in like Glass in My Eyes. I mean, it goes into why I don't watch teen movies. Like if it's teens, I know it's somebody getting bullied. Like I'm over it. I don't want to see it. Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Let's see. Jump scares. I'm gonna be honest. I love a good jump scare. I love a bad jump scare. I love jump scares. I consider jump scares to be like the bells and whistles of a horror movie. Would you like for a horror movie to not have to rely on the bells and whistles? Of course, but I think jump scares are a fun part of watching movies. And I actually it's very hard for a jump scare to get me. As much as I love jump scares, they're very rarely effective. But I actually just recently saw a movie that they got me. And I think one of the best jump scares is when the director focuses our eye one place and the jump scare comes from a completely different place. I love that so much. I love a jump scare. I'm going to put it in Welcome to Primetime. I'm putting it at the top. I think it is an important part of the mix. What about you, Miss
Mhm.
K?
Oh yeah, I'm here for a good jump scare. Told you my the jump scare that scarred me for life when Carrie popped her damn hand out that damn grave. Why the hell was I watching this as a child? Like we got through the whole movie, I was fine. We was like at the end, they had this nice little hazy thing going on at the end, like we're winding it down. She's over. Let's be sad that she had to die along with all the other people that she killed, and then all of a sudden her hand pops out. I was tore up after that. I was torn up. So we're gonna have to take this to the top because if we got a jump scare, we got a movie.
Taking it to the top.
We got
Struggle
a movie.
Review TV. I'm sick of the damn mirror jump scare. Tyra, calm down. We ain't there yet. We gonna get to the mirror. Calm down. Make sure y'all go check out Miss Struggle Reviews TV if y'all haven't.
Let's see. We got Just Die Already.
You know when you
And
stab the killer, you burn them, you hit
and
him with
just
the car, and he
and
just keep
just
coming.
and see, I feel like these two are kind of together because we gotta keep going, but the person that we trying to kill is they still alive. It's like you be in the scene doing both. You be trying to stab Mike Myers, knock him over the head, and run, and he just keep going. You know, just
Well, no, the just keep running is when the victim runs, and instead of they keep running to get away, they stop and they hide behind a tree or something. Like they don't like Jessica Biel in the Texas Chainsaw. She just keeps stopping instead of just keep goddamn running.
both no, because why it got to take me 5 different weapons to pull you down, and we still not doing it. So just die already, and this just keep running. Why would you no run? Run. Like what did he said in Transformers when he told his parents? He said, "You don't stop, you don't hide, just keep running." Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'm with you.
Let's make good decisions.
I'm with you on the running. The just die already. I'm cool with that. Like when you have like a unstoppable, almost supernatural villain that you shoot them and you stab them and you burn them and you hit them with lightning and you poison them and they still don't. They keep coming. I'm here for it. I consider that again a fun part. I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. The just keep running irks my nerves so bad. I cannot even count the countless amount of movies I watch when somebody is running and decide to just stop. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't just keep going, like, why did you stop? Just keep running. I'm going to put that in. I guess I won't put it at the very bottom. I'll put it in. That's all you got. Like, I'm over it. It gets on my nerves. Let's see. Let's split up. Let's split up. I feel like this is a trope, kind of like I'll be right back, where we don't necessarily say the exact words, let's split up, but we find a way to give different people a task. So one can go this way, one can go that way. Like the movie Haunt, when the kids are in the haunted house and they getting killed off, and the guy's like, I'm gonna go get our cell phones, and he goes off by himself, and then the other crew finna do something else. I'm over the let's split up. Split up is stupid. It's dumb. There's strength in numbers. I think everybody knows that. I also feel like horror movie characters should be kind of aware that horror movies exist. Like it should be a little meta in a way. Like they should know we need a damn hell stick together.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You supposed to at this point in y'all life, y'all supposed to know.
I'm gonna put it in. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put it at the very bottom, like glass in my eyes. Why the hell are we splitting up? If anything happens, if somebody jump out, you are more likely to survive if it's a few of us jumping on the person. Oh, I can't. I can't. What about you, Miss K?
Yeah, we're gonna put that at the bottom because why are we still splitting up? Why?
I think we'll
Obviously,
cover more
obviously we go.
ground.
Yeah, we obviously y'all you want some of your friends to die. I feel like if you telling me to split up at this point, you want me to go ahead and be picked out before you. So that's where I'm gonna put that at. You know what? Library exposition. I'm gonna put that as not a fan because ain't these kids ain't going to no damn library these days. These little jokers don't do not read. We don't even need that. Don't even put it in there because they don't. Most of them don't even know where the library is. So let's just stop the cap on that one, where they're
Now,
not going.
with the let's split up and this comment saying I think we need to cover more ground, it always really bewilders me when people are like, well, it'll be quicker, we'll take less time. Why the hell are we in a hurry? Like, we in a hurry to die? Like, why do we need to be quicker or cover more ground? We need to goddamn stick together. I hate that.
No, they don't love their friends enough. They don't love their friends.
The library exposition, it's just like the internet exposition when the group is cursed or something going down and we got to figure out what happened. Again, I don't really like an exposition, but I do understand. Like, how else are we going to get the information? How else
In
are we going to find
2024, these people ain't going to no library. They don't even read.
They got to go to the archives.
No, they're not doing that. These children don't even know what an archive is, okay? They don't even understand. They don't have library cards. They're not going in there. This is not real. Don't put that in the movie in 2024 because them children are not going to no library. They got ebooks, okay? They'll be like, I can pull this same book up on my MacBook. They are not stepping foot in that library. They got social anxiety and whatnot. They ain't going to no damn library.
I'm not mad at the library exposition. I'm going to put it in. This could be fun. I'm going to be honest. I'm okay with it. Look,
tell me the last child that you seen going to the library.
It might not be a teen. It might be a horror movie that follows a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old and they take their ass to the library. It could still happen. Or, I don't know. It could be some situation. It could be some situation. Maybe all the cell towers are down and the kids ain't got no choice but to go to a library.
They're not. Who's gonna read the books?
You know what? You changed my mind. I'm moving it.
I say this I have worked in the school district. I have clients who work in the school district. These children do not read. They in 11th grade and they on a 4th grade reading level. They're not going to the library. If they can't find it on their phone, they just gonna die.
Oh my God. Love blooms. When we in a life or death situation and we gotta take the time to kiss or some mess. I'm gonna be honest, I hate it. It grinds my gears. It get on my motherfucking nerve, especially when it's like a ticking clock. It's something going on and we really gotta make haste and they gotta take the time. Wait, Johnny, I can't do it. I'm gonna put it in like glass in my eyes. Like, we about to die, bitch. Ain't nobody thinking about romance. What about you, Miss K?
Going right on down there too. Cause if Freddie's after me, I don't give a damn about no damn love. I'm trying to live, okay? I'm trying to survive. After we get rid of this guy, then maybe we can swing back around, but not in the midst of who got time for love. I'm trying to live. We can't do the same. We can't do it at the same time. We can't do it together. Nope. I hate a love story and then you want to wrap it somehow in horror. Okay, if you just wanted to make a romance story, then that's different. I don't need love in the midst of that. Although I did watch Twilight and I read the books, but what I'm saying is I really don't need it in the horror movies. I don't specifically need the love story.
I don't even like, and not even just when love blooms in the midst, but even if it's like a couple that's already in love, we ain't got time to kiss and all that stuff before, like, we trying to live. Like, I don't want no type of.
That's how Trey Songz's ass died in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, if we weren't worried about love and doing all of that, then your ass might have lived. Okay, that's how Jason be killing all of them people. Because y'all want to take a moment and take a break from loving, and then now you dead. Why do we have? We don't have time for that. There's a killer on the loose. Okay. Stand guard is the thing. Do that part. A mirror scare. I like a mirror scare. I don't know why, but I do. It's acceptable. Because sometimes that shows me that somebody is unstable. If you're seeing things in the mirror, I feel like you unstable and you're gonna be a good character to follow. Like if you seeing things, it's something there. Either you a psychic or you a little bit crazy. It's gonna be a good movie.
The mirror scare. And I feel like the mirror scare has transcended to any type of surface that can give a reflection, even like reflecting in the water. It's done a lot with like a medicine cabinet when the character, they either do the scare with the mirror where something is there or they telegraph something is there, but nothing is there. And the thing I think about a lot is that scene from Scream 5 that got on my last nerves when the blind kid was in the house after taking a shower. That scene felt so extended. They did the refrigerator scare where you like close the refrigerator or something there. I'm over the mirror scare. It gets on my nerves. I'm sick of it. I really feel like the mirror scare should have died with the movie Mirrors. Like they made mirrors and mirror scares the focal point of the plot, and we could have just left it right there. And like, when was that? 2008 with Kiefer Sutherland. I'm gonna put it down here in like glass in my like glass in my eye tear is filling the hell up. I'm sick of these tropes.
I need some more. I need some more at the top.
Right. And you know what's so crazy? Of course I love a good horror movie, but I love a bad horror. It's two type of bad movies I love: a bad horror movie and a bad action movie. And it's so crazy to me that I have so much in this bottom tier. Moving into a creepy house, in like, of course, the Amityville, the Poltergeist, and more recently, the Devil's Candy. The Devil's Candy. Didn't they move into a house in The Grudge and in Dark Water? No one gets out alive. Does 13 Ghosts count as moving into a creepy house?
Yes.
It's always funny to me, like in The Conjuring, when it's a white family who are like poor and struggling, but they move into like a 5-bedroom house with 2 acres of land. Like, I'm like, y'all poor and struggling with all this?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be honest. I love moving into a creepy house. I'm gonna put it in Welcome to Prime Time. I love creepy, ghost, possession, all that stuff. Give me the creepy house. What you think, Miss K?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take that up there because we know that we got a story here. Because see, when you move into a creepy house, we got to know why we in the house. So we're gonna have a good story right there. So I'm gonna put that to the top. Good creepy house should have a good creepy backstory. No service.
Call the police. I don't have any service.
You just useless. I'm gonna put I'll tolerate it, because once we realize that we can't call nobody, then we know the killings are about to start. So that's just my precursor to the action. So I'm gonna tolerate, because once we realize that that's going down, then everybody now is on the same page as we're in trouble.
Oh gosh, no service. I'm kind of in the middle with no service. I do think it's a bit realistic, because I know people in real life who don't be in a life or death horror movie situation and they be having spotty damn service. My service be immaculate. I'm gonna be honest with you. And when I recently moved here to Tennessee, I had the people trying to tell me, "Oh, you're gonna have terrible service." My service has been perfect. But I'm in the middle. It's realistic, but at the same time, again, the way they write it into the movie always feels contrived. Like, I'm gonna put it in I'm not bleeding yet. Just right in the middle. Like, I want us to come up with a better way to have them not be able to get help, but I do at the same time feel like it's kind of realistic. Nobody carrying. This is the number one thing that pisses me off. When we have been Three of our friends already dead. We fighting for our life, and nobody has the damn wherewithal to pick up a weapon. We keep trotting around without picking up a weapon. And I also think it's a bit unrealistic that when we get into these situations, nobody's ever carrying. I be carrying the damn stuff, pepper spray and crap when I go outside to walk my dogs. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that people are traveling across country and doing all this stuff and you ain't got no type of weapon in the car. I'm gonna have to put it down here like glass in my eyes. I'm so sick of people either not picking up a weapon as we're traipsing through running from a killer, or just not having any type of protection on them in general. What about you, Miss K?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that down there because I mean, be real. Especially look, I'm in Georgia, okay? Look, think somebody ain't carrying if you want to. Okay.
Right.
Let's
Right.
let's be a little realistic here. We got horror movies taking place in the South. Everybody's strapped. So what we're
Yeah.
gonna do is put completely over it because I refuse to believe that y'all have no weapons. And oh my goodness, oh, what is this next one? Nobody believes the protagonist. Yep, that's the one I hate too. Look, you know what? Boy, am I completely over it getting a little thick too? Because what I hate when people just that whole thing is, you know, maybe you're just tired and you just need to rest, or you're overactive. You're always being so dramatic until now you dead and now you wish you would have listened.
Exactly. Not believing the protagonist. The most recent movie that pissed me off to no end was Smile. When you have a completely, and that's the thing, if we don't believe the protagonist who has like a shoddy background, they're a character that, is kind of shady, always telling tales, that makes sense. But it bothers me the most with movies like Smile, where you have a completely sane, rational, buttoned up kind of character, and they go start telling you all this stuff, and her own sister, like, you, and even if you think the person is mentally ill, your answer is to close the door on them and just shut them out and let them just go die. Like, it makes I'm so sick of that. And I feel like I'm a type of person, maybe I watch too many horror movies, but if my friend or family member tell me it's a ghost, I'm gonna believe them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna think you crazy. But even if you don't believe the person, it never makes sense to me when I'm watching a horror movie and you can literally see the fear in the person's face. Like, you can tell this person is literally scared. Like, it pisses me off. I'm over it. I want it to die. At the bottom, like glass in my eyes. I can't. I'm so over it. It makes me sick. Hey, Miss Tyra, thank you so much for the super chat. We can't move. We emptied our savings for this. It's always so fun to me when these people be so poor and struggling, but they move into 2 acres and 7 bedrooms to be the biggest house that you can imagine.
What was that? They just did that. What was it? Ghostbusters, the afterlife one. Oh, we ain't got no money and we ain't got no job, but so and so left us this big ass house. How come everybody got a family relative that got a big house? I don't. I have not been left any property or any houses from anyone. Okay, so how do y'all just be inheriting these big houses? But swear up and down you ain't got no bread. Okay.
Thank you so much, Miss Tyra. We appreciate the super chats, guys, that help support the channel. Let's see. I like that movie, As Above, So Below. That was a good one. I just feel like the ending was weird. Yeah, I hate found footage. And I remember seeing As Above, So Below in theaters, and I didn't know it was found footage, and I hated it. But over the years on rewatch, I absolutely love that movie. I think it's actually really good. Let's see. As soon as I hear someone say, I'll be right back, I know they're a goner or they're the real killer as a plot twist when you go pop up. Oh, that's another good one for the I'll be right back trope. That, yeah, they pop up later because they're going to be right back to kill somebody. That just never makes sense. I'm tired of the haunted house trope. I'm not tired of that trope. I love a haunted house. I really do. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Old footage exposition. So we got the library exposition, we got the internet exposition, and now we got the old footage exposition. Kind of like in the most recent one that I can think of is what was the movie where the girl twin was on like the back of her head and her
Malignant.
Malignant,
Malignant.
thank you. Malignant. Her sister conveniently finds the tape that tells her every single solitary thing. Again, I'm not mad at any type of exposition. I mean, like, I don't like an exposition, but I much more prefer the found footage exposition because at least we're not being told. We're not just verbally dumping on the audience. The audience is able to visually see things happen. So that's the best type of exposition for me personally. It is pretty contrived, but I'd rather be able to. It's kind of, people always say, show me, don't tell me. So I'm going to put that at the very top for that. What about you, Miss K?
I am I'm good with that. If we gon', now this is what I can believe people do. That I believe we can go watch some old videos or something of something that happened. I can believe this. If we gonna research, we gonna have to be thorough and see if it's some real footage out here. So this is acceptable. I'll take this. That's fine. Now, we might not need to look at all, the stuff, but that's what some of it when they tell you not to watch it, then we probably shouldn't. But
Oh, like The Ring.
exactly. then we probably, and what was that other movie that they was like, if you watch it like this, that happens. It was some kind of man, Slender
Oh
Man,
my
I think.
God. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that's going on, then that's why it's acceptable because we don't need to watch all of them. Um, one last scare.
You know,
I'm
the
gonna put
movie
this at the
always,
top.
yeah, it
I
always
love one
had to close
last.
with a little jump scare.
This one is going to the top for me because that's how Carrie's hand got me at the end. That's how Jason came out in the very first Friday the 13th. He did that little one last scare, come up out that water and pull that boat. Yeah. Yeah. Leave me with something. I need you to leave me with a little something to remind me of all the hell you just caused. I want one more scare.
I'm with you, Miss K. I put this under like how I feel about jump scares. I'm gonna put it at the very top. Like I love opening up with action and I love closing out the movie with one last little bit of action. So I'm gonna put that all the way to the top. Pet warning. Anytime we have a horror movie, why is the damn dog barking? What's going on with this dog? What's wrong with the damn dog? Chain the dog up outside. We never listen to the damn dog, and it pisses me off. Pisses me off. I'm so sick of it. I'm really sick of it. It's annoying. And as a dog owner, I truly feel like it's unrealistic. Like, you know your dog, you know how your dog acts. You know that, oh, they hackles is raised, something is wrong, they sensing something. I remember when I was living in this house and I had a driveway, I would never hear people coming up on the driveway. My dogs would always hear it and would alert that and I would go, someone's there. You're going to listen to the damn pet. This gets on my nerve. And then next thing you know, the dog turns up dead because the humans want it to be idiots. I'm going to put it at the very bottom. Listen to the damn animals. What about you, Miss K?
Oh yeah, I keep a dog just for that. Unfortunately, my Shih Tzu is not exactly very helpful. So, if you want a dog that's going to give you warnings, that breed is probably not going to be the best one. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna stick this on. Yeah, not a fan because if the dog is trying to tell you what's going on, if the cat is trying to tell you what's going on, I'm gonna need you to listen to the animals. They see things that we cannot see.
Right.
Having premonitions. I'm gonna take this to the top. I love a good warning dream, a good vision. Show me. I like when people have like little psychic abilities and stuff like that. Because see, then people really don't believe in them. But because when you tell somebody you have a vision and they be looking at you crazy, and then they come back and be like, oh yeah, you said you seen so and so, and then now everybody's scared of you and calling you a witch and whatnot. Yeah, put the premonition up there because this gonna make a good movie.
The premonition. Yeah, it can be done well. I think that movie, The Dead Zone and The Gift, had a premonition. Of course, most famously, Final Destination does the premonition. It was a new movie, came out last year. I'm mad I can't think of the name, but they had, like you just said, someone had a premonition. We ain't listened to them. Then we went back to them later in the movie when people started to die. I think the premonition can work. But movies like Jeepers Creepers 2 pisses me off because the premonition came out of nowhere. Why the hell was that white girl having them premonitions? That always irked me. I'm gonna put it in the middle, and I'm not bleeding yet. Like it can work, but sometimes it doesn't. It's just right there in the middle for me. It's not one I feel passionately about. Red herring. I am going to rise that to the top. Sometimes it can be predictable and you can tell that they're trying really hard to make you think it's one person. But a red herring can work when done well. I think it can be good when utilized correctly. It irks me. It's been quite a few movies I saw. I don't want to spoil nothing, but some I saw this year and something last year where it was so painstakingly obvious to me that they were trying to divert us one place, and it was frustrating waiting for the movie to catch up. But I think when done right, the red herring is definitely a really good device. What about you, Miss K?
Oh, I like it. See, this was when we get into some good stuff.
We filling up the top row all of a sudden.
Exactly. We now I can take some things up to the top. I love a good red herring. Because I know me, I like to try to figure out the movie ahead of time, and I like to be right about stuff. And so I feel somewhat happy and pleasantly surprised when I'm not. When the red herring works and it throws me off, I then see that's a good movie.
And see, that's why the red herring for me kind of frustrates me sometimes, because I'm like you. I like a whodunit. I like to figure stuff out. And honestly, in another life, I could have been a detective. I am so freaking good at watching a movie and being able to figure. I just saw The Hateful Eight for the first time, and it turns into a whodunit, and I was right on the money when I was deciphering on what was going on. So it irks me though when a movie doesn't handle the red herring correctly. That can really bother me. But yeah, I love it.
Risky sex. Completely over it. Because if Michael Myers is on my ass, why do you need to see my ass?
We're in danger and you're trying to screw. It don't make no sense.
That's part of the rules. Remember what Randy told y'all. One of the rules, you can't have sex. Okay. That we don't need to be focused on that right now. Okay. You got to be, I need to have situational awareness. That's not going to happen in the moment. Why do we need that in a horror movie? Okay. I'm here to see the monster chase and kill these people. Okay. I'm not here for that. If I need to see some risky sex, this is what HBO series are for. Okay. I can watch Power. I can watch Game of Thrones. You can watch Insecure. If I am watching a horror movie, I don't need it. I don't need it.
Now, I agree and disagree. I think you can have a sex scene in a horror movie. Sometimes, and they're not horror, but like Terminator and Gone Girl, I feel like we very much needed those sex scenes. But it's the moment of there is actively a killer and we want to engage in risky sex. Like we know bodies is dropping. And I'm so mad I keep referencing this movie. I hate this movie, but cabin fever is at the top for me. We got a contagious disease. Our friends are dying. Your best friend is locked up in the shed with her skin peeling off, and don't just have sex, have unprotected sex. That irked my nerves so bad. And then she goes shaving her leg. Why the fuck are you shaving your legs, bitch? You dying. Like that irks me so bad. I'm gonna have to look. Sex can be in horror, but the risky sex, the cabin fever type of having sex in the middle of people dying, I'm gonna put that in like glass in my eyes because it's stupid. It makes no sense. I can't do it. Y'all want to die at that point. That's how I feel. You want to die. Running from the car. Y'all know they always have somebody getting chased down by a car, and you just run in a straight line. You don't try to go up no hills and valleys, no twists and turns, nothing. You know what? This honestly don't bother me that bad. It kind of don't be making no sense.
It don't.
Just get mowed the hell down. You know you can't outrun the like climb a tree or something. But it honestly doesn't bother me. I'm gonna put it in. I'm not bleeding yet. Just right in the middle. What about you, Miss K?
I'm gonna put
oh
not
wait,
a fan.
I didn't do my thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna just put. I guess I could. I tolerate it because I don't know where exactly you think you're going. Really, where I don't know what superhuman powers you think you have in this moment. But I mean, if you think you can outrun the car, then more power to you. Um, running upstairs. You know, after y'all watched that Thriller video, I was sure that we knew that we shouldn't be running up the stairs anymore. And y'all still keep doing it. Okay? Did Thriller teach you nothing about running up the stairs? You know what? I'm gonna tolerate it.
Oh, you putting it that high?
And not because I like it, not because see, I know that once your ass get up the stairs, is it a good kill scene might take place. So I'm gonna put it there just so we can up the kill count. That's why. Mm-hmm.
Running up the stairs. This trope is still very much alive. I literally just saw a new 2024 release. But in this situation, it was really dumb. The girl is in the house. Someone comes in trying to kill her. She literally has open space and ample opportunity to run out the house. But instead, she goes out of her way to run up the stairs and deeper into the house. And it pissed me off to no end. I'm over it. I'm going to put it at the... Jesus. Am I harsh? Because my bottom is filled the hell up. You know what? I guess I won't put it all the way to the bottom. Just one step above the bottom. I'll put it in. That's all you got. Like, it's irksome. It makes no sense, but it won't ruin the movie. Like, okay. Thank you, Miss Tyra, for another super chat. Nope, I'm getting some and going out on a high note. We gotta be trying to survive, Tyra. You can't get caught with your pants down. You're going to be like Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th, girl. Oh, this took me out. That straight line that she ran in Prometheus. Yes, that hurt my nerve. Like, bitch, you got to move out the
way. Swerve. Running a zigzag.
Do something. It reminds me, when people do that, it reminds me of, what was that volcano with Tommy Lee Jones when they had that volcano in LA and the lava bombs are falling and she's like, wait, watch where it's going. Go the other way. Like if you see something, you can't just be going in the straight line. You got to go the opposite damn way. It makes no sense. Hey, Miss Danny, ain't no point stressing. I always go to sleep afterwards too. Oh, so you finna just have the risky sex, go to sleep and die. Look, I'm trying to live.
This is why I don't believe in turning back for your friends.
Somebody got to go get help, bitch. I'm
sorry. This is why if you didn't see me running and you don't run along because you got to stop and get some, I'm not coming back to get y'all. I'm not coming back. We're gone.
That's why you got to do it standing up, be ready to jump. You know what I discovered that I didn't know when I was watching Cody Leach do his tier ranking and he was talking about the risky sex. apparently I never saw it, but there is a deleted scene in Scary Movie where Marlon Wayans has sex with somebody while the killer coming, and they both holding up guns. So that'll be Tyra.
I'm already gone. I'm already gone.
I don't remember what we left off at. Are we on UK?
We on you, I think.
Oh, running up the stairs. That's right. I never did. Okay, running up the stairs. Oh wait, no, I did running up the stairs.
Yep, you did run up the
Oh,
stairs.
now we on sex equals death. I don't think this trope exists anymore. You know, the horror genre started off very puritanical. If you have sex, you die. If you sing, you die. If you drink, you die. If you party, you die. I don't think sex equals death anymore. I don't know. Kay, have you? I haven't seen. We don't have the virginal final girl. We don't have the promiscuous people die. I don't think that trope really exists anymore. And I mean, we've done stuff with sex and death, like Contracted and It Follows, but I don't think sex equals death anymore. I don't think we really see it, but when we did see it, I'm gonna put it all the way to the bottom. What about you, Miss K?
Yeah, mine's going at the bottom because again, we ain't got time for this in a horror movie. I don't care if you are a virgin or if your body count is 127. Either way, we ain't got time for it right now. Okay, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I'm too busy trying to stack my weapons up. I can't wait for y'all. Okay, I don't have time for love. I am trying to live. And you know what? As I see what on the lines of, I got to go. I got to go out of order. Just 1 second with TNA. I just caught my eye.
Titties and ass.
But again, I'm trying to live. Okay. Now, if you want to be out there showboating for the monster while I'm getting away, then you can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and be my diversion, okay? If you want to strip for Jason, be my guest. If you want to strip for Mike Myers, because he liked to stalk out the window anyway, go ahead and do that, but let me know you're going to do that so I can run, okay? Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and have your sex. Go ahead and strip, get naked, do all the things, but tell me, because I'm a run.
That's your diversion, so you can live while her titties out. You can make your escape.
Exactly. Distract them for me, and I'll go ahead and go the other way. Somebody got to live, and apparently, it's not going to be you.
Oh Lord, the titties and the ass. I got a little bit to say about this one, kind of like I had a little bit to say about the black guy dies trope. As someone who has been a fan of horror literally my entire life, I gotta be honest. One thing I get a lot of hate for is the fact that most, if not all, it seems like horror fans consider the 80s to be the best era of horror. I am not a fan of 80s horror. I do not consider it the best era. And one of the top reasons is because when I was growing up watching horror movies, I was always like, now why is she dying naked? Now why is she? I feel like it was so prevalent in the 80s. It's a movie in particular, Pieces, that I've talked about on my channel before. I promise you, every single solitary woman in Pieces dies naked, and it irks my soul. Now, I'm perfectly fine with nudity. I really could care less like about being naked. It does irk me that we don't get male nudity at the rate we get female nudity. And also, it's not just nudity and tits and ass in a horror movie. It's the way the nudity is depicted. I feel like when women get killed, it's very sexualized. Like she got blood all on her breast. She moving out, like it's. I feel like it's framed in a very tantalizing sexual way. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm fine with violence and I'm fine with nudity. I'm not fine with violence against women being sexualized and being titillating for the male viewers. That bugs me, and I feel like horror does it a lot. Most recently was the stupid movie Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. He ripped old girl's shirt off. She ain't got no bra on, and I'm like, why the hell this lady had to die topless? Like, it irks my soul. I'm gonna have to like, oh, Lord. I'm so like, I know every man is like, yeah, tits and ass, yeah. But I'm sorry. Now if it's just nakedness, okay, but historically in horror, it's not just nakedness, it's the woman dying very sexualized and naked.
Well, that's why they shouldn't be having sex in the midst of strife.
I'm gonna put it. I'm sorry. I was trying to put it a little higher because I know every man gonna want the TNA, but I'm gonna have to put it at the bottom. I'm gonna have to put it at the very bottom. I'm sorry. I gotta be that person. I don't like women, violence against women being sexualized. I don't. I'm sorry. I have to be that person. I have to. Let's see. We have sharpshooter. You know, when you end up with a regular group of people who ain't never picked up a gun in their life, and all of a sudden, now that they're in a life or death situation, they can shoot all the zombies in the head. They're real good with a gun. I'm perfectly fine with this because I think the flip side of this, where like you try to shoot but the safety is on, or something crazy, or you try to shoot and you shoot the wrong person, I think that pops up just as much as people suddenly being a sharpshooter. And I also think it's one of those movie things you allow that goes on in the movie world that's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna put it right dab in the middle. What do you think, Miss K?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it as I'm gonna tolerate it. I'm gonna tolerate it because look, I know it took me a few tries to hit the target. So I know y'all ain't getting on the first try, and then you're nervous and the target is moving. You ain't gonna hit it like that on the first try. But for the sake of safety, I'm gonna go ahead and put it as I put it as I'm gonna tolerate it. Okay. Maybe adrenaline helped you to hit your target like you were supposed to. I'm gonna call it for adrenaline.
And I also feel like I've never shot a gun, but is it that hard? Like point and shoot.
Yeah, it is, because the thing is, most weapons have a kickback. And so when you're shooting, the kickback is gonna push it up. And so you have to calculate that it's not going to always go in the direction that you want it unless you have some practice. So if I'm holding it here because I specifically wanted to go there, I might need to pull it down a little bit. You have to kind of make room for that kickback.
I guess I be feeling like it can't be that damn hard to shoot a gun, but I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, it take a little bit of practice. Signature weapon. Let's take this all the way to the top.
Taking it to the top. All the way.
I need that. Hey, I need this. Don't say you're stuck. Oh no, where did it go? Moved. There we go. Now I got to move them up. I am here for the signature weapon. I'm here for the Halloween costumes and the cosplay. Give me something to identify you by so that you go down as a horror legend. If you good at what you do, you got to have a signature weapon, okay? The best of the best got a signature weapon.
Signature weapon. Okay, let's see. It's not an OG horror if we don't see no melons. Yes, girl, run topless in the woods for no damn reason at all. Exactly. And I'm sorry, as like a 4-year-old watching horror, that 5-year-old, like that stuff used to really bug me. Like, why she gotta die naked? Yes, Night of the Demons, Night of the Living Dead, naked for extended periods of time for no reason. Yeah. Yeah. Signature weapon. If your role and motive is to kill lots of people, you can't be fixated on one weapon. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight unless you're Jason or Michael equals indestructible.
That's why they go. You got to have that signature. I need that.
And see, I feel the opposite. I don't really care about a signature weapon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want some creative kills. I want you to kill people in different ways. I get it that the horror icons, like you said, Kate, they are identifiable by certain weapons, but I don't know. It's not something I need. It's not a big deal to me. I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. This could be fun. I can take it or leave it. It's not a big deal to me. When someone is hiding and they make a sound to give away their hiding spot. Sound gives away hiding spot. This irks my nerves so freaking bad. When they're hiding, and I'll be sitting here like, bitch, if you don't keep still, they gotta be fidgeting and they gotta accidentally hit something, knock something.
Be breathing all hard and stuff.
And this trope is still alive as well. I just saw, y'all, I watch so many movies, it ain't even funny. I just saw a new 2024 horror and like thriller horror, and old girl is trying to slink away and get away. The killer don't know she there. She trying to hide. And I swear to God, she goes out of her way to knock this glass over. And I'm like, how did you even hit that? Like, this made no sense. I'm going to put this, oh, am I harsh? Because I really want to put it all the way at the bottom. I'm going to put it at the bottom. Like glass in my eyes. It irks me. It irks me. What about you, Miss K?
I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna tolerate it because we just know there's gonna be an idiot that's gonna do this, and that's okay because they can go ahead and die. They can go ahead and die so that again I can survive. So go ahead and knock some over. Go ahead and trip, sneeze, even clear your throat. Why are you clearing your throat? And he over there. He's right there. You ain't even got to talk about anything. Why are you? Stop it.
You know what? You changed my mind. I'm moving mine to the middle. You're right, because we know somebody gonna be an idiot and die. Go ahead and let me get a good kill.
Exactly. We're just increasing the kill count at this point. Go on ahead and cough real quick. Survivor exposition.
Most notably, I'm thinking of Smile when she goes see old boy that survived the curse in jail.
They did that too in Truth. They did that in Truth or Dare. They did that in Final Destination 2. The
Bye Man.
I'm accept it because I think we need to. If we know somebody survived this thing, why wouldn't you go talk to them? Let's go ahead and put that in acceptable. Go ahead and see what they got to say. You probably not gonna do it anyway, but let's just go and talk to them.
You saying you probably not gonna do it anyway? That is what pissed me off so bad about Smile. Like, bitch, he done told you how you gotta survive, and the fact that she didn't tell Cal Garner's character what he needed to do pissed me off even more. I feel the same way as the internet search exposition or the found footage exposition. Like I said, we need some kind of way for the characters to figure out the rules of the curse and what's going on. I'm going to put it in. This could be fun. I'm not mad at it. And I love that black guy scene. We was like, you get her away from me. Like, he went crazy. I love that. I love when she goes there. Baby just trying to live.
That's
the
all.
Final girl, the age-old trope of the final girl. Horror is just as synonymous. The villain, the final girl, the final girl. I'm gonna be honest. I'm over it. I'm over the traditional final girl trope. I want more villains to win at the end. I want more everybody dies in the end movies. Am I morbid? I could be, but I think we need to move. Also, I think we need to move past the classic final girl. I want more final guys. I want more. I feel like in horror, typically men are killed, men are fodder, and women are terrorized. I want a man to be terrorized. I want a man crying like Sidney Prescott was crying because they done killed her damn mama. I'm over the final girl. I'm gonna be honest. I want us to move beyond it, and I have other reasons, but I'll hold those because we have another trope that Miss K added that's going to come up later. I'm gonna put it in. That's all you got. I'm over seeing the typical classic white girl be the final girl. I'm over it. What about you, Miss K?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say acceptable because I mean we got it. I feel like it's got to be expected in the movie. Like I know we're gonna have that one person that's gonna be the last one standing. So I'm gonna watch it and say it's acceptable. I just expect it now. Cause if we didn't get this far, I wouldn't watch no movies if it wasn't a single white female at the end. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say that that one is acceptable. The killer teleports. You
You
know,
know how the killer can walk real slow, but suddenly pop up where the victim done ran to kill him.
it's gonna be acceptable for me. Cause yes, go ahead and do something that we didn't know that you was aware of. See, this is what gets the people going. Cause see y'all be slipping over there, sitting over there trying to get some good loving and whatnot. And then when he pop up on your ass, now the fun can start.
Exactly. You know what? I'm with you, Miss K. I actually think, you know what? As much as people complain about how can the killer stalk and walk slow and still get, I think it's realistic because if all I have to do is follow a target, I don't have to make haste. But if you're frazzled and you don't even know where you're going and you turn down the wrong hallway and then you got to backtrack, I think it's realistic that I'm gonna catch you. And plus we love, the movie magic. You gonna suspend a little belief and to think that the killer can pop up. The only time the killer teleports has ever really bothered me is I Know What You Did Last Summer when Sarah Michelle Gellar goes out that window and she running down the alley and somehow the fisherman is in front of her already hiding in the alley. That pisses me off and it makes no sense. He would have had to go through the store, downstairs, out the store door, around the block, and get in front of her without her seeing him before she walks down the block. That's the only time it ever really pissed me off. I'm still mad my girl ain't live.
You got to believe in
Trauma.
magic.
What you say?
I said that's when you got to believe in magic within the horror
Right,
movie.
because now that went too far. Because that ain't make no damn sense that he was able to do all that. Trauma Reignited. This, you know how they have a lot of trauma-centered horror these days, and you have the protagonist who went through some type of traumatic event, and now the horror that starts reignites that trauma or is a part of their arc of getting over that trauma. I'm over racial and black trauma, but if it's just a trauma trope in general, kind of like the addict trope, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. I'm fine with it. What about you, Miss K?
I'll tolerate it. I'm gonna tolerate it. It's I don't know why people feel like if they can't, so they have to make something be wrong with the protagonist, and so apparently they got to have like a little trauma. They can't just have a happy life before. It's like, you already had a bad childhood, now your adult life is gonna be bad too.
And I think they do the trauma. Wasn't it in Talk to Me? Didn't the main girl mama die or something? Am I remembering correctly? Okay, yeah.
They got to have something to make them make stupid decisions.
And I feel like it's also maybe a way they want the audience to, because as the audience, you're supposed to like root for or connect with I guess that's their new way of getting the audience to like connect. Like, this is a flawed character. They've been through trauma. They're just like you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to tolerate it, because what happened to the people that then healed their trauma and went to therapy about it? Y'all just be sitting there just mixing and mingling with your trauma. So no, unless you got a therapist that has healed you from it, I don't need to see damaged and then more damaged again. I just have to tolerate it. Based on a true story. I love these because then they make you paranoid. I like the stuff that's gonna make me paranoid. If you tell me that some shit like this really happened at the end of that movie, I'm gonna kind of sit and be paranoid for just a little bit. That's gonna make me, not want to sleep in the dark. So I'm gonna put that in good mood. When they say based in a true story, I'm gonna be like, oh shoot. Then that's when I start going to research the real story. We take it outside of the movie into real life. And I need to know what really went down. Tell me the whole story. I'm going and looking for documentaries and everything. So I got to keep that. I'm gonna put that at the top.
Taking it to the top. Final girl almost always gets saved at the last minute too by some handsome good Samaritan. You know what? What really irks my nerve? I feel like we've gotten away from some man saving a final girl. Traditionally, yes. Historically, there's a man the who saves the final girl. She doesn't really save herself. The one most notably that gets on my nerve so bad is the 80s horror. Y'all see, I'm me and 80s horror. We don't connect like that. It
I love
was
80s horror because it'd be so cheesy.
and see that's girl. Oh, don't get me started on the 80s cheese. Um the horror, what was that horror in the 80s where they were like trapped in the grocery store and getting killed off one by one, and we think everyone has been killed, only the final girl is left, but suddenly the guy who we thought was dead pops up to save her. That irks me so bad. Dr. Loomis popping up to save, I hated that, but I think we have gotten way past that. I don't think we really see that trope anymore. The final girl pretty much either saves herself or with help from her group of friends that surviving with her is able to save herself. Based on a true story is always interesting to me. My favorite actually because I want to go research the real case. Hey, you that's what Kay said. I like based on a true story. The Conjuring franchise uses that. The sleep paralysis movie I was talking about used it in the movie. Even if it's not really, even if it's just loosely based, inspired by any type of reality type of feeling with the horror, I'm here for it. And I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. I like it. Turn on the light. Turn on the damn light. When you got your horror movie characters traipsing around in the dark, most notably Darkness Falls from the 90s, the demon or entity in Darkness Falls can only get you in the dark, but these fools just won't stay in the light. They won't turn lights on. Most recently, it was a movie that came out with this nonverbal, like autistic kid, and his little iPad became a monster, and they play with darkness and stuff. And I'm like, if y'all don't get the damn lights on,
That was come play.
yeah, thank you. Yes, come play. The new Boogeyman movie, they went turn on the damn lights. But I think as much as it irks me, it can work. Like the movie Don't Be Afraid that came out somewhere in the 2000s, where the girl dad moves her into this house he renovating. I thought they played with like darkness and stuff really well in that movie. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna put it middle of the road. I'm not bleeding yet. Like if they play with darkness and shadows and stuff in a way that makes it visually appealing, I feel like it can work. And it can get frustrating when characters just don't turn on the light. What about you, Miss K?
I'm gonna say acceptable because I feel like this is just one of those things that you just got to put in a horror movie sometimes. That people just feel like it just got to be dark. Like you just, apparently it's better when you can't see shit. So don't even know what's going on, just hearing sounds and whatnot. And people up there afraid and we can't. Why are you scared of the movie and you can't even see nothing?
Oh, I hate that. Yeah. But that's why I say it works if they can play with it well, where it's not just pitch black and you can't, but if they play with it where it's like, oh, wait, was that something? Like, I think, was it The Haunting on Hill House where I had a scene I had to rewind? Yeah, it was Haunting on Hill House when I think the mom is in the hallway and it's a statue or something that either moves or the head turns. And I was like, wait a minute. Did that just, like, I like moments like that where you're like, wait a minute, did that just, but you can actively see it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about these movies that's in the dark. People just stumble. Apparently, it's just a thing. We just got to be in the dark for it to be seen as a legit horror movie. Sometimes cut the lights off.
And I feel like sometimes it can be realistic. Like when it at the same time, it irks me in a horror movie when people are walking through the house and not turn on a single light. But when I walk through my house, I don't necessarily turn on lights, but I do have night lights in every single room. So it's illuminated in a sense. But I think it's kind of realistic that you're not necessarily turning on all the lights in your house.
If I feel like my house is haunted, all these lights coming on. So I don't care. I don't care. Mr. Bly paid his power bill, so I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna cut all the lights on.
You know what though? I am kind of like them old Southern, like black grandmas and stuff. Like it's daylight. You got guys like I literally never really turn lights on in my like. We got guys like don't leave out the room and not turn the light off. I'm very much that person.
I'm cutting them on. I am cutting. No, I don't need no. If it looks too shadowy for me, we cutting this light on. Ending twist, absolutely at the top. Absolutely, because why would you not?
Rising to the top.
I need a good twist. I think the first time I was like wowed really was hide and seek got me. That's one of the ones that got me.
With Robert De Niro.
And Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
When she kept seeing talking about Charlie and stuff.
What's wrong, Daddy?
My man's didn't even know it.
Oh my God. The light bill $400. We dying in the dark.
That's when my husband comes home. My husband, whenever he comes home, mind you, and me and my daughter have all the lights on in the house. And he comes home cutting out. Why all the lights on in here? Why you ain't even in the kitchen? Why the kitchen light on? You ain't in why this light on? I'm here when you. You want the shadow people to come and get me?
Me and your husband is here. That is I be mad. Like I literally get mad because my light bill be $80. I hate the fact that my electric bill is so high. Like $80 and $70 be making me mad. You better turn the muffin lights off in my house. Like I don't.
It's either me. If the lights gonna be on, or I'm gonna be paranoid. No, I pick the lights because I need to see what's going on. Okay, I watch too many horror movies. I am paranoid. I don't need no shadows. I don't need no areas that I can't see. I don't need to walk out somewhere and somebody surprise me. I need to see everything at all times because why am I in the dark? All the lights will be on, and then he can cut them off and fuss later.
Really gets on my nerves is my mother and my little sister came to visit me the other week, and I have this huge window in the living room. We got sunlight, and my little sister talking about we trying to eat. Can you turn the light on? What do you need to see? Like, why do you need to? You're eating. Why do they get on my nerve? Always want me to turn the light on because they eating.
I do that at my sister's house because she be trying to keep all her lights off and stuff too. I go over there, cut lights on. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Wherever I am, the lights are going on.
Oh my God. Twist ending. I mean, when done well, everybody likes a twist ending. Like the movie Kay just said, like The Uninvited was a good one. The Others with Nicole Kidman was a good one.
Sixth Sense was a good one.
Yes, Frailty was a good one. The Skeleton Key was a good twist ending. But on the other hand, there are some twist endings that don't work. Either you see it coming. The biggest twist ending that I don't like is the twist ending of discovering a character is dead or isn't real. Now, obviously, The Sixth Sense did that, and it was the greatest twist in the I literally still remember being like 9 or 10 years old in the movie theater watching Sixth Sense. But since then, I feel like it's very obvious for me that a character is either dead or not real and just in a person's mind. If you have a character like the movie Good Night Mommy, it was so annoying. If you have a character that does not talk or interact with anybody else except your protagonist, you know they're not real. So that type of twist. But when you got a good twist, baby, and it's good, we putting that at the top. Welcome to prime time. There is nothing like a shocking twist in to really blow you away and be like, oh my God, like it's iconic. Unoriginal demons, possession. I know that two subgenres I hear a lot of people say that they are over is zombies and possession, demons, religious horror. I can't get enough of it.
I
I
was just gonna say
love
I'm never gonna get over it.
Yeah, I love demon possession. That's one of those things. I don't care how much I see it, I love it because it's one of the few horror scenarios that feels very real to me. I don't play with no demons. I don't play with no spirits. Like and I feel like they can get generic, but we get some good ones. I mean, the Exorcism of God, I thought was really a good one. The Cleansing Hour did the whole televised possession before Late Night with the Devil. Obviously, The Conjuring 2, Deliver Us from Evil. Talk to Me just did possession in a unique spin. The Dark and the Wicked did devil possession and stuff really well.
Ouija. I
Um,
like the second Ouija movie was real good.
Origin of yes, yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And even movies like Constantine and Denzel's Taken, they deal with possession and demons in a
Mm-hmm.
unique way. And
Mm-hmm.
even if even if it's the same body contorting, bone movement, sounds, I like all that stuff. All of that really works for me. And I'm being honest, I'm putting it all the way to the top. What about you, Miss K?
Oh yeah, it's going up there. It's going up there. I don't care. I'm gonna watch a possession movie. I'm gonna be scared, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. I got sage and I got crosses. I'm gonna be straight.
Did you see The Dark and the Wicked that came out a few years ago?
It's been on my list and I still haven't watched it, but I heard
Oh, you
about
can
that
watch
one. I
it.
heard it was good.
It's good.
Who we got next? Useless husbands.
Useless husbands, useless parents.
Your wife is at home all day with them kids in that damn haunted ass house that you moved them into, talking about y'all broke. We got to move here because I need a new job, and somebody left me this house, and she tell you something wrong in there, and you don't want to leave. Sir, what good are you? What good are you? What good are you when the child hop out of bed in the middle of the night and say, I heard something, it's something in my closet, and you be like, go on back to bed, you just had a nightmare. Get up. Get your raggedy ass up and go look, okay? And cut the lights on. cut them lights on in there. Believe your wife. By the time he start believing the wife, it's already chaotic. Okay. And then he's on the brink of death at this point. After she done told you like 17 times it's something wrong in here. And then now it take you 17 tries to actually be like, it might be something in this. Sir, why are you here? Why? What is the purpose? And the reason they be in these places is because he usually get them there. Be putting them in these houses. I'm gonna put not a fan.
Lachey, useless like they ignore the happenings, or useless because they just stand there. Useless like they ignore. It's kind of in line with the not believing the protagonist, but specifically when it's a spouse or parent that does not believe their spouse or child. Yes, useless as in they ignore what's happening. Um, I feel kind of torn in the middle with the useless parent, useless husband. I think that it makes more realistic sense in movies like Drag Me to Hell, where her boyfriend doesn't necessarily believe she's cursed, but he's still supportive. If I remember correctly, he paid for her to get the whole cleansing done and stuff like that. And I also feel like it's a bit realistic because men often discount women as being hysterical or emotional. You know, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was the whole women are emotional, men are logical. So I think it kind of fits. And parents oftentimes don't listen to their damn teenagers or kids. Like it kind of fits realistically for me. And I think it can be done in different ways. Like Cobweb that just came out with his parents not believing him. I think they had a good spin on that. But movies like Orphan, where her husband is just so blind and doesn't believe her, stuff like that pisses me off. I don't know. I'm not mad at it because I do think it's realistic. I'm sorry. I do think most parents ignore their kids. I'm so sorry. And I do think most men discount women. So I'm gonna say this could be fun. I'm gonna put it at the top because I really find it very realistic. It's frustrating as you're watching the movie, but I find it to be realistic. Oh wait. Okay, so now we have what was that noise? When you have the character that hears something and got to go investigate it with no weapon in hand. Usually no weapon in hand. I'm gonna be honest, this used to, for me, if you would have asked me this 10 years or 15 years ago, I would have put it at the bottom. But I distinctly remember having a horror movie moment when my mother moved into her new house and the whole house was quiet and dark. I'm awake, everybody sleep. This was ages ago. And I heard a noise coming from the garage. And it was a noise like it sounded like somebody was in there, something was happening. And my dumb ass, who be watching movies like black folk wouldn't do that, I went to investigate the damn noise. I sure did. And come to find out it was just a new water softener thing she had put in that child. But I ain't mad at this because I think we would be, because I think, you know why I think it's realistic? Because I think no one actually thinks it's going to actually be something. So even though we're watching a horror movie, the horror movie character don't really think it's going to be a killer. They don't really think, it's going to really be something. So I'm going to put it up here at this could be fun because I think it's realistic. I think you don't really believe anything is going to really happen. What about you, Miss K?
I'm gonna put I tolerate it, only because that the person that's going to go see that, we about to get some more numbers in the kill count. So let me go ahead and get another click on my kill count. As soon as your ass go over there, that's the end of that. So I see it as a means to go ahead and have some more gore. Slash, time to slash. Now what is okay? You got a pretty man. Is this inbred people?
Yes, the inbred hillbillies. Like the hills have eyes. Wrong Turn, Deliverance,
Barbarian.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that trope.
You know what? I'm gonna accept it because I don't even know why. I feel like because I watched too many Wrong Turn movies, the Hills Have Eyes and stuff. I don't even know if I like this, but I just feel like I done supported enough of these movies that apparently it's acceptable. It must be acceptable. I can't explain to you why. I don't even know. It's just I'm gonna accept it.
You know what? I'm not mad at the inbred hillbilly trope because we got a ton of stereotypes about us and that is acceptable and plays all the time. So I'm gonna take that trope. But I do like when they try to do something a little different, like Bone Tomahawk gave us like inbred natives, like instead of hillbillies. But you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm gonna put it all the way to the top at just below the very top. This could be fun. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, it could work. The husband in The Conjuring possessed demonic movies. Useless. The Omen. Oh, the original Omen from the 70s. That was the worst husband in creation.
Rosemary's Baby. Useless.
Now I can't remember. Was her husband in on it or he just didn't believe her?
He was in on it, and so when she started to notice stuff, he kept brushing her off.
Okay, gaslighting her child, gaslighting before we had the word. It just enhances the feeling of isolation the protagonists are already feeling. Yes, that too. When no one believes you. Yes, 100%. I'm not investigating nothing. I'm not giving you that easy kill. You got to find me. You know what? That's how I feel. And we got another trope coming up later when, you know what? I hold what I was finna say. But I feel you on that in certain instances. I'm always thinking it's a killer because what kind of person find it funny to not answer when their name is called? Y'all getting ahead of us. We got that trope coming up too. Okay, let's see. Black final girl. This is one we added. We are now in the tropes that me and Kay added. Now we're out of Cody Leach's tropes he had on here and we're in ours. Black final girl, which of course is separate from just the final girl because the classic historical final girl is very different from the black final girl. And it really irks my soul. I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I see a YouTube video or anybody talking about top final girl, they literally never, ever, ever. One thing that is very prominent in my mind is Geraldine from Demon Knight, because that was a pivotal moment for me as a child who liked horror. That was like the first time I saw a black woman as a final girl. Like outside of like we got 70s black exploitation horror type movies that center like Sugar Hill is at the top of my mind when she bring back them zombies. Hey Whitey, you and your punk friends killed my man. That little movie. But for me as a kid, Demon Knight was the first time I saw a black woman as the final girl. And I am everywhere in horror spaces, on Twitter, on YouTube, and I never see anybody outside of black content creators. I never see the top people in this space talk about Geraldine from Demon Knight, talk about Alexa from Alien versus Predator. And let's say you're not familiar with Demon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
And let's say you're not familiar with Demon Knight. Let's say that's a deep cut. Selena from 28 Days Later. That is one of the biggest zombie movies in the world. And nobody mentions Selena as a final girl.
Nobody mentions Brandy, and I still know what you did last summer.
Final girl. Abra from Dr. Sleep was a black final girl. Zoe from Escape Room was a black final girl. Emerald from Nope was a black final girl. And most recently, we got Barbarian. We got Run, Sweetheart, Run. We got the newest one this year, Invasive.
The Girl with All the Gifts.
Oh God, The Girl with All the Gifts. I love that movie. Yeah. Well, wait, she kind of infected. Is she a final girl?
I mean, I would say she is because they was trying to kill her the whole damn movie.
That's true. That's true.
And she beat them.
I am going to put Black Final Girl all the way at the top. I just wish we had more horror movies that centered us. I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy and Monica Monroe gets every goddamn movie pick of the litter, and I wish we had some black actresses that could, get in there and really do some great stuff in horror. What about you, Miss K?
Yep, I just went on and slid that right on up there. Put that at the top. We out here surviving, and we need to be talked about more. Oh, what's the name? Keke Palmer when she was in Nope, black final girl. Lupita in Us, black final girl.
Yeah.
We in this thing, and I hate that. I hate seeing final girl lists, like you said, in all these other social media platforms, and none of those people are mentioned. That bothers me.
And and what's so crazy to me is I'm like, I'll give you when I say I know my horror, but maybe you ain't familiar with Demon Knight and stuff. But how you don't know Selena from 28 Days Later? Like that's literally the top zombie movie ever. Like, how do you not mention her? Like, that really bugs me. How do you not mention Celine Lathan and Alien versus Predator? Like, they literally, the whole final girl list that they put up would just be white. And I love Sydney just like the next person. But come on, man, let's not forget the black ones that we have.
Moving. Let me tell y'all. Let me y'all, they had They put Usher on every damn commercial, every goddamn poster. He out here doing promos and shit. And this nigga had a good 5 minutes if you calculate all his scenes at one time. You are
Useless
just
celeb
there.
cameo.
He is just there as the jock. We're just there. And not even the nice friendly one too, the jock with an attitude. Sir, you are just there. Okay, you brought nothing to the movie. You didn't help anybody survive. You were not the killer. You was just like, I'm Usher. What's up? I just, not a fan. If you're gonna throw a celebrity in the movie, for me, I need them to do something. I need them to do something.
Yeah, the useless celeb cameo, like Kay said, we got Usher in the faculty, we got Paris Hilton in House of Wax, and I really think the Paris one, now House of Wax that's a cut. That's a good ass movie. But I think Usher kind of I'm gonna give Usher just a tiny leeway because he did Light It Up. He did another, like he was trying to have a little acting career, but Paris Hilton ain't do nothing. But what the hell? Like they had who was it? Weird Al in that Halloween 2, the new Halloween 2, Jay and Silent Bob in Scream 3. But I'm gonna be honest, we don't really do the useless celeb cameo, and I kind of miss it. I want to see a random celeb just pop up in the, and I don't consider actors like I was very taken aback. I still remember seeing Cabin in the Woods in theaters, and I was like, Sigourney Weaver? But she an actress. She supposed to be in the movie. But like, the stuff like Usher, when we got just random celebrities, and not like LL Cool J, not the celebrities that was trying to have an acting career. We just would get random damn celebs popping up in the movies. But I miss it. I'm gonna put it up, and this could be fun. Because they, like you said, I remember that time, and they had Usher. It's kind of like how they did with Drew Barrymore for Scream. He was a part of all the marketing, and baby was a blip in the movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I think it can be kind of fun. The next trope, the token black BFF, the black character with no life or family outside of her white friends, only here to aid and help our white
This pissed
protagonist.
me off. We got to meet everybody else family in that movie but hers.
The Craft. The Craft. Yes. She really had it. And that's why, talking back on the trope about the black guy dies, that's why this stuff, like, I hate seeing black people not have any real identity in horror. The token black BFF, The Craft, most recently Fresh that came out, Stigmata. They really they have nothing to do in the movie except just aid the white protagonist. This is another trope that I feel like can die. And this may have taken over the mammy trope, the token black BFF. What do you think, Kay?
I'm tossing it right on in here at the bottom too. Come, I'm over it. Because again, why we get to meet everybody else, friends, family, grandmama, auntie, step parent, and the black character ain't never got no damn family. They're just there.
Everybody had a little fleshed out story in The Craft except her.
Exactly. No parents, no siblings. Everybody else did. We didn't even see a mama at the swim meet or nothing.
And what also really bothered me, everybody had a certain conflict. Why did her conflict have to be racial? That bugs me out. Everybody else had like a teenage, the Nev Campbell with her burns and wanting to, when you're a teenager and you want to fit in a little pretty. What was her name? Rachel? Why did hers have to be racial? That really irked me. That irked me so bad.
So yeah, at the bottom, if you're gonna throw a black person in there, at least give them some depth. I can't
Yes.
with they just there to be black. Essay and horror. What is that one movie, The House on the Left?
The Last House on the Left.
I liked that. It's like that had that part, but I still liked that the family took their revenge on them. Like they really turned it around.
I need a husband like that, man. They was giving them the
Yeah, you
bit.
see what I mean? Like if we gonna put it in there, you know, I ain't gonna say I'm completely over it. I mean, I'm not a fan of it being there and then nobody does anything about it. You know what I mean? Like if it's just there for it to be there and we're not gonna do anything about this, then it's useless. But if we gonna do this thing and then we gonna turn this all the way around, then okay. Yeah, that family, like they went crazy. They went ham on them people, and I was just absolutely okay with that.
I feel a little differently about the essay in horror. Like you said, there are times when it can be like, I mean, horror is horror for a reason. It's supposed to be horrific things. Essay is horrific. So movies like The Hills Have Eyes or The Last House on the Left, or even Evil Dead. I will never forget adults looking at me crazy when I was like 5 years old, and I was like, that movie when the tree raped the girl, like, like it has a place. I don't want to say that horror should not have it. However, my issue is a lot of times it is number one just thrown in for kind of like shock, gratuitousness. It was a zombie movie that Sydney Sweeney played in actually before she was famous, and it's a group of kids that go camping and get like snatched up by these inbred hillbillies. And we have an essay scene, and it's really pointless. Like a lot of times when I watch horror movies, I'm like, why did y'all even have to throw this in there? And I also don't like, even if they take revenge, like the franchise, I Spit on Your Grave. I don't like stuff like that because it's written by men, it's directed by men, it's their angle and view of essay. I also feel like they give us explicit essay scenes that feel again tantalizing. They try to make it erotic. Like, why is a movie about this woman being sexually assaulted have her half naked on the cover, showing her from the back with her whole ass out? Like, that's for men. That's tantalizing for men. I don't like essay being depicted and framed as erotic or tantalizing in any shape, way, or form. I don't like for it to feel like exploitation. I also feel like, where's the male essay? Why are there no graphic male essay scenes? I think there's a place for it, but like I said, I'm gonna put it in somewhere. I'm gonna put it in. That's all you got. Yeah. I don't like when it's shock and awe. And like The Hills Have Eyes too, the scene they put in there feels like they were trying to like shock up the ante, just throw something in. I don't know. I don't like stuff like that. Oh, I forgot. Yes, we was talking about useless celeb cameos. Busta Rhymes in Halloween.
Okay, but Busta Rhymes lived though. Busta Rhymes went toe to toe with Mike Myers, and he made it to the end. Okay, I don't even count Busta Rhymes because he was in there trying to contribute.
Rod Digger as the nanny in 13 Go. I loved Rod Digger in 13 Go. Yes, that's why I say I miss the random celeb cameos that we used to get in horror movies. I thought that was a pretty fun little thing we were doing for a while. Now hold on, we gonna get to that trope. You're moving too far ahead of us. I don't count that as horror. That is like a pulp revenge flick like Mandy or Time to Kill. Yeah, but I feel like it's a whole little subgenre of horror now. The essay, like the movie Revenge. Yeah, it was called Revenge, with the girl who goes off on a trip with her boyfriend and his friend sexually assaults her. It's its own little subgenre now, and I don't like it. I don't watch it. I did see Revenge, but that's because I didn't know what it was when I went into it. I've never seen I Spit on Your Grave. Don't have any care to see it. Like Kay, I did see the Last House on the Left remake, and personally, I skipped the essay scene, but I do like the movie. But I don't watch anything with the essay scene. I just personally don't. I'm still mad to this day that I can't see The Last Duel, but it has an essay scene, so I don't watch it. I just don't like scenes like that directed and written by men. I have a problem with that. I'm sorry, I do. I have to be that person. Um, yes, always dehumanize it, because I hate when they make it very like it's filmed like you don't film an essay scene like a sex scene like that. You shouldn't be focused on the pretty girl and her naked titties while she's being assaulted. Like that's not how to frame it. But men are the ones doing this, so I mean. And next we have. Oh wait, where did we stop off at?
You are out of reach.
Okay, oh Lord. Y'all know how they do where they just did it in Abigail, actually, where there is something the character needs. Either the character is getting strangled or something is happening where there's a weapon or something we need that's just slightly out of reach, and we're reaching and we're tugging, and is she gonna get it or not? I'll be honest, I think it felt a little contrived in Abigail. I think it can feel a little contrived sometimes, but I don't really have a huge problem with it. I'm gonna put it in this could be fun. It's just a way to add some contrived conflict. What do you think, Miss K?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put that in acceptable, because everybody at some point gonna be reaching for a knife or a 9mm or something. Somebody gonna be trying to reach something, a broomstick, a piece of glass. I feel like that's just one of those things you gonna have to see that in a horror movie. Somebody gonna be trying to reach for something that they can't grab all the way.
It's like every time someone is being strangled and they're just like, ugh.
Exactly. I feel like we just got to see that. We just gonna be seeing it. This is part of we're making a horror movie. Put the weapon out of reach just by 1 centimeter, like the fingernail at the top. Just slightly scratch it while they're leaving safety. I'm going to put that in. I'll tolerate it, because again, somebody has to die. Why would you leave? Why would you leave the place that we put into a safe space? Why are you going away? But since you are going to, let's go ahead and get this kill count up. You don't want to be safe, then that's your ass.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman. I will be honest, this frustrates the hell out of me. Most recently in Scream 6, when Gail locks herself in, what was that, the closet or the bathroom, and she calls 911 and she has a whole gun pointed at the door. All you have to do is stay here safely and wait for the cops. And anybody that ain't the cops that bust through the door, which is the only way, the only entrance, just shoot them like you are literally safe. But no, she decides to leave safety and go look for the killer. Now that's where what Danny said earlier about she not going to look, you gotta come find me. You have to come break down this door and kill my ass. I'm not going out to investigate and be in an open space where you can come at me behind me. In that bathroom, she was perfectly safe. The killer could only come from one direction. You had a gun pointed at that direction. It was also a recent, oh God, this made me so mad. It was a recent foreign horror movie I was watching where I'm mad I can't think of the name, but the girl calls the cops. Again, she calls the cops. She's on the phone with the cop. She's locked in, and she tells the cop, "Oh wait, I think I need to go look." And the cop is not the cop, but the 911 operator is literally telling her, "No, ma'am, stay in there. No, I need to investigate." Well, bitch, what you call the cops for if you gonna go out to investigate? And of course, she gets killed. I'm sorry, but this gets on my nerves. I'm gonna put it in. That's all you got. I won't put it all the way at the end because, like Kay said, we'll just be a dummy and we'll get a good kill scene. But I don't think any reasonable person is going to leave the safety of where you are, especially in Gail's situation. Not happening. The dog dies or the cat dies. This irks me, not just because it's sad to see, but I feel like it is extremely predictable and lazy. It irks me when I see a horror movie and like a movie like I Am Legend, him having that dog makes sense. But when we get movies where it's like, now why the hell is a dog here? That's the movies that annoy me. Kind of like, I can't think of one specifically where it was like, why is the dog? Well, the last voyage of the Demeter. Why the hell a dog had to be on the ship? Like, why is the dog here? We only add the dog or cat to just freaking die. And it irks me. The second you see a dog, you already know they're gonna die. Well, you know what? I got Evil Dead 2013. Your sister is here to freaking kick heroin. Why is the dog here? Like, it makes no sense at all. I'm gonna put it in like glass in my eyes. Again, a movie like I Am Legend, where it makes sense for a dog to be there and it's just a part of the story. Okay, I'll take it. But when it's like, why the hell is a dog here? Those situations irk me. What do you think, Miss K?
I'm gonna put not a fan, not a step over completely over it, but just maybe not a fan, because sometimes when that happened, we know that there's a psychopath somewhere. That's like a precursor to somebody is a psychopath. So I'm gonna put not a fan, but I mean I guess because that's how we know somebody's crazy sometimes. Okay. If we see dead animals around, that is going to let us know we ain't dealing with like a regular villain. We're dealing with literally like a psycho person in here. You got to change your mindset just a little bit. The magical Negro. This is going completely at the bottom because I don't know why they think that the black people can come in there and do some voodoo magic and solve all their problems. I can't. I don't do voodoo. I don't know that stuff. I don't have the answers to your problem. All I'm going to do is run, and you should run with me. If you don't run with me, we run and then ask questions later. If you're not going to run with me, then I can't do nothing else for you after that. That's the extent of what I got for you.
Yeah, the magical Negro trope, which interestingly enough, if the viewers don't know, that phrase for the trope was coined by Spike Lee in like the mid or early 2000s. I forget the exact time. You know, movies like The Green Mile, The Shining, The Legend of Bagger Vance, when the white characters have to go to a black character who just so happens to have either special knowledge or special powers that they use and only exist to again help the white protagonist.
Green Mile.
I honestly feel like the magic. Now, I said earlier that the mammy trope was replaced by the black BFF, but I think the magical Negro trope has been replaced by the black BFF. I don't think I've seen the magical Negro trope since like Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, I don't think I've seen like a magical Negro trope. I think it's been replaced with the black BFF, but yeah, magical Negro I'm going to put at the very bottom, like glass in my eyes. And up next, of course, we have the sacrificial Negro. The black guy who sacrifices himself to save the white lady, the white protagonist. Charles S. Dutton, who I love, has done it a ton in Alien 3, in Mimic, and also in Legion. I think Legion made me the most like irate because he saves this dumb white lady who been dumb the whole damn movie. She runs outside and he gets killed, but he lives long enough to take her ass back into safety. One of those final like Friday the 13th movies, I can't remember exactly because that's one of my most hated franchises. I really don't like Jason, but I think he was like trying to kill his niece or something. And a franchise that already never really had no black people. No black people in like the first, 3 Friday the 13th. It just centered white people. But we had this black character who like handcuffs himself to Jason to save the white girl. Freddy versus Jason, Kelly Rowland, when the white girl is about to get attacked, she gets Freddy's attention so she could get killed and die.
Alfred Woodard and Annabelle.
Oh Lord, that pissed me off. Oh Lord, the legend Alfred Woodard was oh god, yeah, oh god. And I could talk a lot about the tropey ass character they gave Alfred Woodard in that movie, but I won't even, I won't even go there. But and you know what? It was another. What was that Jason movie when they was like in space? We had 2 black guys in that movie, and they both sacrificed themselves to save the white character. The sacrificial Negro, always here to save a white protagonist. I'm gonna put that at the very, very bottom, like glass in my eyes. Bitch, save yourself. What do you think, Miss K?
Of course, at the bottom, slid it right on over there. I am over it. I am not jumping. I am not jumping in front of nothing to save. No, hell no. Again, run with me. Run with me. If you trip and fall, I'm not coming back. If you need advice about something, that's not who I am. I'm just telling you we gotta run. I'm not sacrificing myself so you can for what? I don't even know you like that. Hell no. At the bottom, at the bottom. We're not expendable at the bottom. Um Kids with skills, I'm going to throw this all the way at the top because I love to cheer for a child that is smart. Okay? When we see smart children in the horror movies like Abra and Doctor Sleep and Fool and The People Under the Stairs, yes. I'm like, yeah, because apparently the adults ain't doing their job. Y'all got to come in here and do what you got to do. So yes, the kids when they own it, the Lost Boys, since the adults act like they didn't know vampires was just hanging around and stuff. I'm here for the children that's got the vampires in Brooklyn, where the kids had the adults wasn't listening to them, so they had to get it cracking. So I'm here for that.
Yeah, I feel like we don't see this enough. I think most recently we got it in Becky and Wrath of Becky, Quiet Place 2. They gave the kids, especially the little boy, a chance to save his family. I like you said, I love seeing a resourceful kid because we get too many dumbass kids that just don't get. They done drop their teddy bear and we got to run back for it, and now we all finna die. We get too many dumbass kids. I love a resourceful, smart kid. Kids with skills, I'm putting it very, 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 very at the top. Welcome to prime time. Love a resourceful, smart kid. Fool from People Under the Stairs, like Kay mentioned, that's my number one favorite. I love Fool. Love him. Behind you, that moment in the movie when the killer is standing behind the unsuspecting victim, of course, famously The Strangers, recently No One Will Save You. I'm gonna put that at the top. I love that. I love that. What do you think, Miss K?
Oh yeah, I'm about going to slide that on up there too. Taking that to the top.
It's always such a great shot when you don't know the victim doesn't know the killer is just standing lurking behind them.
Exactly. Now where did it go? It's on here somewhere, but I need to slide that at the top. It done fell in another list.
There it is. Right above, not a fan.
Okay. Oh yeah. We no, I'm more than tolerating this. I love a good behind you. You got to keep people on their toes. That's to me that's a good horror movie scene where
Yeah,
everything is quiet and then you turn around and then boom. That's what get the people that are actually really scared of horror movies, that's when they jump. I get a
yeah.
kick out of that. Backstory. I love a good backstory. I love a good little story within a movie. Like we already know that we got some hell on our hands. We know somebody's slashing, slicing, dicing. We know something's haunting. But tell me why we got to this point. Explain, because see, when there's a good backstory, I know that there's going to be a sequel or a prequel.
And I love a horror prequel. They don't get people always crap on horror prequels. I love a horror prequel.
Exactly. So I'm my back this backstory, we going all the way to the top too, because that's what lets me know we gonna have a franchise on our hands.
It gives you a lot to explore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with Kate. I love a backstory within the story. Scream, The Ring, Barbarian, even all the way back to the 80s with Pumpkinhead when Ed, what was his name? Ed Hartley had his little backstory as a kid with the Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put it in. This could be fun. I love a good backstory within the story. So you know what? We kind of got some stuff at the tonight. Started off a little along a little down, but our finished tier list ranking. I mean, it's a good amount of stuff I got up here at the top, and even stuff that's middle of the road. But yeah, we got a ton down here in the bottom. And Miss K's finished. Yeah, we got some stuff at the top, but it is a lot of stuff that horror needs to do away with. We got a lot of tropes and cliches that we need to just finish. But I'm gonna be honest, outside of like problematic tropes and cliches, I think even the cliches we have at the bottom, even the tropes at the bottom that are like so overused, we're sick of seeing they don't work. if you're creative enough, if that, I mean, it's like the cat jump scare. It's like jump scares in general. They can be bad. They can be overused. They can be completely telegraphed. I hate a jump scare with like the loud music and like something like. But even the most overused tropes and cliches, if done well, can really add to a story. I think it can work. Even the ones we got at the bottom, like I said, outside of the problematic ones, child.
I just have high expectations for my horror movies.
Now, I always say, as a horror fan, I'm easily entertained, but I'm not easily impressed. Like I said, I love a bad movie. I love The Bye Bye Man. That movie is so terrible, but it is my guilty pleasure. I have watched it an embarrassing number of times. I even like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I've seen that like 15 times.
And I hated that. I didn't even get through. I hated that movie.
I love a So Bad It's Good movie, but of course I love a genuinely like good classic horror movie. And even the best horror movies has a trope in some shape, way, or form.
Yes, all of them.
I mean, it's like any storytelling device, it's needed. That's what I think.
That's what make it the movies that we love.
Oh, we got yes, Whoopi in the Stand, Magical Negro. It's like all Stephen King only has black folk to die giving mystic help. Stephen King don't know what to do with a black character besides have us be mystical and die. Like literally, he don't know what else he want us to do. Nope, the black guy in Dr. Sleep. He dead and still helping that white boy. I will not be a sacrificial lamb. If you can meet me at the car and there's time to let you in, then okay. Look,
exactly. You got to run with me. I'm not sacrificing. Run with me.
And if I don't have mystic powers, but if I did, I'd be using them for my own damn self, not me. Kids who can't follow simple directions or use common sense don't get any. Oh Lord, Daddy. Why make my life harder when I'm trying to save you? And look, I understand that. Oh, now y'all saying F the kid. Now come on, now we was talking about the smart, resourceful kid. Backstories are interesting, but if I don't have anything to do with it, why try to kill me? Like the first Scream. So what? You know what? That okay? Look, I'm sorry. I gotta be that person. But the whole motive of Scream is so sexist. His dad, of his own free will and volition, cheats on his mother, but he only blames Sydney's mom and blames Sydney, who had nothing to do with y'all parents screwing. But we literally see Billy Loomis's dad in the movie. His dad gets to live, don't get killed. We ain't got no hate for the daddy who cheated, but we got all this hate for Sydney and her mama. Oh, Lord. That always bugged me. That just don't make no damn sense. Like, why I gotta die because my mama had an affair with your dad?
But I love Scream.
I do too. Don't get me wrong. I love Scream too, but that motive took me out. And I would be okay with the motive if Billy would have killed his dad. Why he ain't killed his daddy?
That should be explored.
Like, why it had to be on my... But you know what? Scream had one of the most interesting backstories because everything centers on Maureen and she's dead before the movies even start. I feel like that's very rare. Like, we have movies centered on a character that's been dead the whole franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord, what is all this? Y'all saying F them kids. Oh, I agree. Technically, the Lupita that made it to the end of Us was the villain. Yeah, so I'm not sure I would consider her the final girl. I'm going to give you the girl with all the gifts because even though she's technically a zombie, she did survive them trying to kill her. But yeah, you're right. Lupita was the villain in Us. So not necessarily a final girl. Yes, Sugar Hill. Great movie. I really think they should remake Sugar Hill. Can't wait for 28 years later. Kay, you ready for 28 years later?
I gotta brace myself because I feel like they just gonna be get even more outrageous than they did the last movie. But I'm gonna watch it.
I hope we cap this off as a just an iconic trilogy. I really hope they do right by the last movie. Black Final Girl for the win. She battled all the odds and came out on top. I love when it's a Black Final Girl because they be vicious. Baby be trying to live. Brandy didn't just fall to the floor and beg for her life. She was trying to live. I know that. Baby, when Brandy fell through all that damn glass and got her ass up, I was like, okay, baby trying to live now. Now, wait a minute. Did Mekhi Phifer survive that movie? I can't remember.
No.
Okay. I haven't seen it in so long. I ain't mad. And I remember now I don't even care that when he survived it was corny. I was just happy he survived. When Taye Diggs survived House on Haunted Hill, I was adopted. And that was so cheesy, but I ain't even mad at him. At least he lived.
Right.
At least he lived. Let me see. I will say though, two people that I feel like if now I ain't seen the movies in ages, so correct me if I'm wrong. If you remember, Kay, but two people that I will say does well with like having a Black character would be John Carpenter, The Thing, They Live, Assault on Precinct 13, and it's typically not just one tropey Black character. Like Assault on Precinct 13 was like two Black characters. One was the lead. Of course, The Thing had two Black characters. One survived to the end. And then George A. Romero, I think the original Dawn of the Dead in the 70s, Day of the Dead, we had good Black characters. So those are two people that I feel like, and that's why when people say stuff like recently someone said that I was nitpicking about it being no Black people in Jaws, and they said it's an old movie. Like, it was the 70s. It's not, you act like this was Nosferatu from the 20s. Like, this was the fucking 70s. Like, so those are two people that I do feel like are filmmakers that we don't just get tropey Black characters. Like they have something to do in the movie. They're strong characters and they're lead characters in a lot of their movies.
Correct.
But this was fun. Oh Lord, we've been on here for a long time. It's been 3 hours.
Yes, let me go get my life together. I'm gonna keep my list. I'm gonna share my list.
Yes,
my Horror Hoops Facebook group.
Yes, at the very bottom, we are going to hit save and download and save our tier list, and we will be sharing it for you guys so you can get a look at the whole tier list. And if you would like to, you guys can go to the link and rank your own tier list of all of these tropes and cliches. And this was fun. Thank you guys so much for showing up and supporting this live. Thank you so much, Miss K. Y'all know I be running around scatterbrain, doing everything at the last minute. I literally asked her yesterday if she could do this. So thank you so much for showing up. And thank you, everyone. We will see you in the next one.